Tiz Talk Podcast.
Welcome, everybody, back to the Tiz Talk Podcast. I am your host, Chuck Tiz, and we're coming to you live from, I'm coming from Houston, and we got Too Woke to Go Broke, returning star guest of the show on the line tonight from Knoxville. Knoxville, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Knoxville.
I was like, wait. I was like, is it Knoxville? I don't know. Knoxville, I got it right.
The scruffy city.
It's been one of those days, man. I still got to come out there and check it out.
Yeah, man. No doubt.
And, been trying to find some time to get out of here. I don't really want to drive, but I don't know about flying. I've heard.
What's the slowest time in commercial real estate? What's like the slowest time of year?
Like usually like the winter time, like the winter break, like basically between Thanksgiving and.
What about like right before or right after tax season? Like what's more crucial?
I don't really notice.
Okay.
I don't really notice it on that. I've never really thought about that really. That's never been an obstacle.
Okay.
I know that definitely plays effect on the residential side. It has to.
It can, for sure. People are like, not sure exactly how much they're going to owe, a lot of times or stuff like that. But then if people expect a refund, then they might go a little more gung-ho. So,
yeah. I hear that, man. Well, cool, man. Tiz fam, I know it's been, I dropped one today. But it was just an outtake episode, so it doesn't really count.
from the archives, the deep archives.
Yeah, man, it's a classic. If you haven't heard it, go check it out. It's from the archives. Great classic episode back from March of this year. It was like a different world back then, dude.
Yeah,
like the beginning of March. I think it was like March 2nd. I think that's the date on it. So yeah, it like feels like a totally different world, bro. It's crazy, like a different time. It wasn't even that long ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, so anyways, I've been busy. Sorry to his fam. That's why there's been a little bit of lapse of between episodes here, but we're going to pick it back up. Too Woke, appreciate you joining me this evening. We'll see if Larry's going to join in a little bit, and maybe we'll get a special, appearance from the Stiz, the silent SS. If you don't know anything about that, you just go listen to the episode I just dropped today. You'll understand completely after that. Crazy times, man, that we're living in. And man, I've been basically keeping in touch with Too Woke on a daily basis regarding just like pretty much everything. Too Woke, what's going on in your world right now, dude?
Man, just, dibbling, dabbling. I got a few clients I'm working with on my normal profession, but, just trying to learn. I've been trading stocks since I was pretty young, and now I'm trying to get into this little option game a little bit and kind of learn the ropes. And so far, I've lost hundreds of dollars, but not too bad. Actually, most of the plays I've made have been right. It's just been the few that I was wrong on
that hurts you more.
Went to zero. You know what I mean? So it was like, and I was just, rookie moves, buying stuff out of the money, holding it for multiple days, and just doing stupid shit that you're not supposed to do at all. So.
Rookie moves, man, or at least that's what I call it.
Yeah, and I'm a rookie.
I'm a rookie. I'm way below Too Woke. So if he's a rookie, I don't know what you even call me because I don't really know that much. But I'm learning. I am learning a lot. It's crazy. It's a whole, man. It's like a craps table, but just in real life. There's just so many things you can do.
Yeah,
it's legal gambling. It's legal gambling. If you guys gamble and never done the stock market, don't do it. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, it is. It's crazy. I've been messing around with these stock options as well, kind of getting my feet wet. I'm definitely down as well. But the way I look at it is you're kind of like paying for the knowledge or the experience. Exactly. Today. In the long run, you'll make that money back. And
if it was easy, everybody'd do it.
Exactly. Yeah. So, you got to put the work in on this stuff, man. There's a lot of information to soak in, and it's can be super
Yeah.
technical. And I mean, I got to sit here and watch it myself. And I don't even know, man. It's crazy. I'm a numbers guy, and
Yeah.
it still just gets like super. It's like, who invented this shit? You know? I mean, like, how did they come up with this?
Well, what me and Larry were talking about earlier is like, man, how did they do this shit before computers? You know what I mean? Like,
Dude,
I mean, what a shit show it must have been back in the day, you know?
bro, I like with the paper sheets, like in the trading room and all that
Yeah,
shit. I
they're just
mean,
printing
fuck.
off, and some dude's yelling numbers, and you just trust the guy. And yeah, man, it's like it's fucked up.
So with those guys on the floor, just so I know, I don't know if anybody else probably asked this question. What are the guys on the floor? They're just taking like orders that are getting placed and just I don't even know what they do down there, you know?
Yeah. A lot of them work for like bigger hedge funds or bigger funds or big mutual, big brokerages and stuff like that. And so they're bidding and asking and buying shit on the floor. Some of them may be even individuals making moves, but for the most part, they're people representing. It's like if you go to a Sotheby's auction, right? A lot of those people holding up those numbers aren't actually people bidding. It's, they've been told by some rich guy what they want and what they want to pay for something. And a lot of
Yeah.
the people there are like a proxy, it's like a proxy.
So what's the benefit of doing it on the floor than not just being on a computer like everybody else? I'm just trying to understand that part of it, I guess. I don't know.
To be honest with you, I don't fucking know.
I was just thinking about that, I was like, what do those guys actually
Well, it's like
do?
the NASDAQ,
Why are they down there?
it's all electronically traded. And so like why why do stock traders hit the floor?
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm so, these days it's like, if you don't know, you can find out in about 2 seconds. Why don't you just look it up? I was just thinking about it earlier. I don't know. Gotten that lazy. I've gotten that lazy where I, just go into my phone.
A lot of it may have to do, honestly, with that insider aspect of it. It's like they can kind of group think and like see what's going on in real time right then and there, and see who's playing it this way and who's playing it that way, because they all know each other. You know what I mean? And so you see your homie over here making a play, or some guy you don't really like, and you're going the opposite direction. And, maybe there's a lot of that.
Yeah,
probably
I didn't
going
really
on.
think about that.
That's
interesting. I was just curious, I was like, I was like, these days everything's on a computer. What is the point of them down there? I just couldn't wrap my head around that shit. So I'm just, just curious. Seems like an old school, way.
Yeah, it does. It does. It really does seem kind of like outdated. I'm not sure.
Sparked my interest. That's all, I'm sure we can find an answer to that soon.
Basically, though, just for example here, I pulled up a stat. It's a rapidly diminishing share of the market activity. Just 10% in 2017 was actually floor traded. So a lot of those brokers and traders on the floor are still surrounded by computers that manage the majority of the buying and selling. So it's dying out. It's actually dying out as we speak, basically.
I mean, they probably just want to keep it just for the plain. It's like their vision. That's what people think of, I guess, and think of the stock market. I don't know.
And sometimes you have more complicated trades, that aren't just as easy as clicking one button.
Yeah.
And it also, one of the things it says is floor trading allows for showmanship and to simplify large, complicated orders. So some of it's just for show, like we figured.
That's what I was gonna say. Like for sure, because they're running around like crazy down there. It's like they're moving. I mean, it's like they're doing something. I mean, I don't know. They're not just.
I have a feeling there's like 10% of those dudes on the floor that actually move the market, and people watch them, and so they just want to be there and like see what Steve, the fucking whiz kid's doing. You know what I mean? And then they fucking follow suit and call their big clients and say, "Hey, I just watched Steve." Go heavy on fucking Microsoft. Okay, shit, let's fucking put a mill in it,
You're right. That's probably what's going on. It's like a little country club down there, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck. But yeah, I mean, that's something that I'm starting to get into, and it's super interesting. And, and I have a lot of spare time, like after, real work stuff. It's
I'd say if you're a sports gambler right now, quit sports gambling. Don't necessarily put money into the market right away, but start watching that and understand that like you can make better bets that are a lot more guaranteed. I don't want to say guaranteed, but you can
But
make
they're
much
calculated.
smarter.
They're like more calculated. They're
Yeah, and
more.
if you're wrong about a football game, the minute that game ends, you just lost your money. If you're wrong about some stock going up to some price by the end of the year, you can still make money later if you bought some equities. Now on options there is a time element of it, but on stocks it's like just because you were wrong this year, just hold that thing, and it's as the Barstool Sports El Presidente says, stonks only go up, man. These stocks only go up. So
What's his? How did he? Back that up?
because he got in like right after like the big dip, and he started doing his little like Twitter cast of like him day trading, and like he just started killing it, making like 50 grand a day, and he also just got like $100 million from his deal with Penn Gaming, National Gaming, the gambling company. And so it kind of fits his MO because he's always been into sports betting, and he'll always say like, hey, he would kind of tell you what bets he was placing, and like you've watched him just go crazy sometimes, like hit some big fat juicy like trifecta or something like that.
He's riding the waves, man. He's like,
and I think he's realizing now that like this game is so much more fun than sports betting, and like don't get me wrong, sports betting's cool, especially if you're gonna be like chilling with a couple homies and like you're into a team, and you know what I mean, like like it just gives you something more to get excited about, you know what I mean? But like this is a lot more like, the whole market trends upwards over time. So like I said, generally if you're patient, you're going to make money,
and you can bet on it all fucking year, bro.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of the opposite of sports betting. And, it's like you bet during the week, and then sports, you freaking pretty much bet like on the weekends, for NFL at least. I'm more of a football fan, but basketball and baseball are pretty much, week all day, every day. So,
yeah, for sure.
But yeah, man. So
you got a good point though. Seriously though, I mean, like we talk about this shit like it's a sport. I swear.
Yeah, and it is, and it isn't. Like it is, there's the thrill of it, and if you're doing things short term, which you shouldn't be doing things short term, period, really, but it's fun, and sometimes like, set aside most of it for long term plays, and maybe keep a little to the side just to have some fun and see if you can hit some big speculative stuff, and
that like, man, I think I saw something or saying something like, the difference between trading. I mean, literally, I think investing is obviously putting something in more of a, I guess, long term.
Yes.
In a sense, and then trading is obviously making quicker moves, contracts, options,
and then options. There's crazy
plays
time
on that. Yeah,
like there's a credit spread that you can do on Tesla. I mean, you can make any bet basically, but there's bets right now where you put $100 down, like for instance, like you'll buy and sell like two different puts. And like there's some plays you can make right now. You make $100 bet. The most you can lose is 100. Like you can make like 5 G's on that. If the
is that a short term option?
Yeah, one of them's like one of them that this dude I've been watching. He's like, hey guys, if you just want to make one crazy play, because he's real disciplined. This dude I watched, but he's bet this one play where it's like if you bet $100 on Tesla to hit $2,100 by September, like mid to late September, which there is a big thing coming out for Tesla. It's like Battery Day, like late September, which is like a big
think
deal.
It'll go that high?
I don't, and he doesn't necessarily either. But his point is, it's like, look, it's $100 bet, and if it hits, you make 5,000.
Oh shit! So what is that? What's the math on that? Like 50,000%? I don't even fucking know.
Yeah, exactly. And so it's like it's just a huge, and there you can make crazy bets like that when you're trading crazy options, and I don't advise doing that on a regular basis. But if you see some long shot that you think could actually come to fruition, it may be worth, depending on your stack size, it may be worth like a, say you have $1 million account and you can turn $1,000 into 50 on a long shot. You're not going to do it all day, every day, but occasionally, if you think, you know what, this could actually happen, you take that bet because all you got to do is hit it one time out of fucking like 500 and you're good. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and I
I
guarantee
mean,
you a lot of people did that with Tesla, you know, from going from 250 to 1,000. I bet you a ton of people hit bets like that. You know what I mean? Like, that made them way more than $800 a share. They probably got paid, you know, 50 grand, fucking, you know what I mean? And so it's like, you know, per 1,000 put in, you know what I mean? So it's like,
I mean, yeah, I mean, that's so those are on the debit credit spread plays. So
yeah,
you're only guaranteed a certain amount to lose is what you put in, and but you can. I mean, it's kind of like yeah, it's like putting money down on
it's
a
a fucking
roulette
slot
table.
machine.
It's like
Exactly.
putting money down on a roulette table. I mean, that's exactly what it is.
It is. It is.
I mean, you know, you could just if you could spare $100 and not care to lose it several times over, just to potentially, and then when you make that hit, it's worth it. It's totally worth it. Like $100 is chump change at the end of the day if you make a hit like that.
And the beauty of it is, say you made that bet like when Tesla was at like 700. Well, now Tesla's trading it, you know, like whatever it is today, 1,500, you know, up and down from like 15. You could sell that same bet for a lot more than you paid for it, just due to the fact that it's closer than it was, you know. So that's the other part of the deal, is you don't always have to be right. As long as there's time left, somebody else will take that bet off your hands for more than you paid for it, you know? So.
Oh yeah, especially on those long-term contracts, you're good. I mean, now I do get that every day that goes by, it's losing value.
Yeah.
Can't lose. Can't go as fast as the contract that we bought though. Like last week, God, that was like what 8? I think we had 8 days, and it was just like a ticking time. You were like, we're just watching it just disappear. I was like, fuck.
We had about like an hour. We had an hour of profit. Like woohoo, and then it was like, yeah, it just sailed down, man. It was bad, crash and burn, boom.
That's exactly what it was.
But it was a good lesson learned. You know, those were short-term plays that we shouldn't be making. You buy long-term options, and even if you're going to sell them that day, you still buy long-term. You don't buy, you know, because you just put yourself in a corner, basically. You know. But anyways, let's move on to
yeah. I mean, it's just, again, like I said, it's like talking sports, bro. We can do this shit all day. I mean, so that's what I was saying. You know, it's like sports betting in a sense.
But like for instance, okay, Trump basically tells TikTok that he's going to shut them down unless they sell basically to Microsoft. Well, obviously that's going to juice up Microsoft Monday morning. So Microsoft jumped 5.5%. Now, if you bought Microsoft, okay, you made 5.5%. I mean, don't get me wrong, that's a good return. If you bought a long-term in the money option, you just made like 35% on Microsoft today. And that was a pretty much guaranteed positive move when pretty much like the biggest kind of fresh social media avenue, TikTok, 100. Larry just joined us here.
Yeah, I know.
Is that Tiz talk? Sounds like Tiz?
Oh man, Larry, what's up, dude?
Also known as Tizza when he's in the studio mastering.
The Tizza, the Jizza, the Gizza.
Just coming in late after making some late night eggs, man. Nothing better than making some late night eggs.
I didn't think you were an egg guy.
I wasn't until I was.
Wow, okay. Man.
I went the opposite direction as you. I used to love eggs, and I don't really like them at all.
Oh man, that's a shame, breakfast.
We flip flop, man. We flip.
My wife actually makes like the best eggs. Like they're like better than, you know, they're real fucking good. She swears it's the pan she uses. Shout out to La Crusette.
La Crusette, yeah. Hey, La Crusette, cut the check.
Yeah. How much does a pan like that run you?
Shit, I don't even want to know, but man, it cooks the best eggs that you've ever had, man.
Yeah. What does she do? Like, what are they different? Just regular plain eggs?
Scrambled eggs, fried eggs, it don't matter, man. They all come out. I mean, the scrambled ones are so fluffy. So, I mean, they're just so good, man.
You're a fluff guy, huh?
She whipping it up.
What do you like? Fucking soggy eggs?
I just thought I thought a tough guy like you wouldn't. I didn't think you'd be about the fluff, but that makes sense.
Well, when you're eating when you're eating a non-developed baby chicken, you know, you want it. He wanted fluffy, man.
Yeah, if you say so. If you say so.
Non-developed baby chicken. See, that's one of the reasons I
Yep.
think mentally I don't like eggs anymore.
So you'd rather eat a
Nah,
full-grown
yeah.
developed chicken? Okay, that's.
I'll eat a chicken. I'll eat some chicken. Yeah. Now I'll eat eggs, man. Just like over the years, I'm just like, I don't know. I don't like have a taste for them like I used to. I guess I don't know.
I think if I went vegetarian, I would still eat eggs, and I'd just fuck with the beef like once in a blue. But yeah,
Eggs are vegetarian. You're just not vegan.
Yeah, it's true. A lot of vegetarians eat eggs.
Really? I think that would be like.
Well, I mean, like you can't. No, like Stiz, that fool eats eggs. You know that dude. He's a vegetarian like a motherfucker, but he ain't a vegan. You know, he eggs, cheese.
Yeah, because I guess by that same token, I mean, obviously it's not a fucking veggie or a fucking fruit, but it's not a live animal, you know. So if that's your beef with eating meat, like it's not like you know.
Hey man, those plants are alive too, bro.
That's true, man. That is true.
Crying when you bite into them. No.
So what do you think will be more humane? Eating a full-born human or making a woman stillborn her baby and then eating the stillborn baby?
Whoa.
If you're on an island and you're starving, all you got is human.
See, but here's the thing: that hen is.
I think option number one sounds better to me for some reason. I don't know
Me
why.
too. Yeah, me too.
But that hen is gonna pump them eggs out regardless. You know.
Wait, what'd you say, Tuak?
That hen is gonna pump those eggs out regardless.
Yeah, no,
True.
Yeah, if you kill the hen, then then no more eggs either.
And you can easily raise your own chickens that are very happy, and they'll pump out as many eggs as you really want. You know, so.
Man,
that's
I'll
one
tell you
thing I think
something.
more
Those
people
chickens aren't fucking happy.
So
bro.
you're saying that chickens get made happy by pumping out eggs? That's what makes the chicken happy? Is pumping
No,
out
I'm just
them
saying
eggs?
you can have a nice little coop, a little yard space for some chickens, and they're probably going to be pretty, thrilled with life,
Dude, okay, so funny you bring this up. When I was living at that house where I lived with, when I was living with Andrew, Robbie, Tuak, you know what I'm talking about, Stella Link or whatever.
Yeah.
The last 6 months that Andrew lived there, he decided to build a little chicken coop in the corner of the backyard with a little fence and 4 chickens.
Nice.
Just decided to do that. And they were too young to lay eggs at first. And then they they were getting to the age, but they also got to the age where they were able to fucking fly over the fence and land in the yard with the dogs, which they just mauled those chickens, dude.
I mean, even Debo had chickens.
No, I know.
You got to be self-sufficient.
And then Andrew moves out and he's like, I'll come back and get the chicken. I mean, yeah, I'll come back and get the last chicken. The last one that survived. All the
animals you could domesticate to keep yourself alive for sustenance. Probably chickens are probably one of the cheapest ones to do. They don't need as much land.
All over
now they're super easy. You don't have to do anything.
And you can travel with them easily. So back in the day, people could just travel with them and take more of.
You remember when Borat brought his chicken on the fucking subway?
Bo Rat. Shout out to Bo Rat back when they made funny movies back in the day.
Yeah, man. And Debo, remember Debo and Friday?
Yeah, dude. It's chicken Friday. You ain't got nothing to do.
Hey,
smoke some weed.
What the fuck you stealing boxes for?
That was a classic, man. It's a good movie.
One of the best movies of all time.
Top 10. Top 10.
It is. It really is, man.
It's so good. It's so fucking good.
Every scene gives you something, man. It's
masterful.
Yeah, man. And just
I thought the next scene was good. But the third one's kind of sucked. I mean, it didn't suck.
But none of them can hold.
It didn't reach what Friday the original.
The second one though, it can't even hold a fucking candle to the first.
No,
it is still
okay. Mike Epps or whatever, Day.
Yeah, man.
Right. Day. Who is? Smokey. Yeah, that was
Smokey, dude. Man. I mean, it's just every scene, man. Every scene is good. I mean, there's not one bad scene in the whole movie, man. It's amazing.
Well, speaking of Smokey, I always kind of was hurt by that fool Chris Tucker because him being Smokey was one of the greatest roles of any movie ever, and he punked out and wouldn't do it anymore. He quit doing it. He refused to do the role anymore. But then the fools taking flights with Epstein. So it's like he couldn't do that because he said it was too like his wife wanted him to be a cleaner at that point. He didn't want to represent like a weed head or anything like that because he's trying to be like a high society and shit. But then he's on the other hand he'll go on hang out with Epstein and stuff. So it's like man.
Yeah,
I don't know about that guy anymore. He wouldn't be Smokey, but he would.
I mean, you know about Chris Tucker?
Pokey.
There, yes.
Pokey. Dude, so Chris Tucker, it's weird funny you say that. I've heard this before. So Chris Tucker, I mean, you look at his like resume of movies and stuff. I mean, he's been around for what, 25 years?
Fifth Element, baby.
Yeah.
He's only been in like a handful of fucking movies.
It's weird, yeah.
Straight up. Like he doesn't.
And they've all
do a lot
been
of
pretty big hits, honestly. Like
for the most part, yeah, they were.
He was in Friday. I mean, one of the cult classic, if there ever was one. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and then,
Rush Hour.
Nutty Professor.
Rush Hour's made all the money. He was in Nutty Professor.
He was a stand-up comedian. Under mine was Dave Chappelle.
That was Dave Chappelle. I was like, Dave Chappelle.
And then
Women be shopping.
Money Talks.
Shopping.
Yeah, Money Talks.
Money
that's
Talks
a great
is good.
movie, man. That used to be one of my favorites when I was
Charlie
young.
Sheen at his peak.
Yeah. What the fuck is a victim?
Yeah, that was a good one too.
A victimo.
Yeah.
Like Money Talks. There was another movie called like Money Train. There was like Money This, Money That. You remember that shit? I'm not kidding. They came out at the same time.
He was
Money
Train. I think it's got what his name's the
Denzel?
Wesley Snipes and shit.
Wesley Snipes. You're right.
Yeah.
He was in
fucking
that Silver
movie.
Linings Playbook, which was a big hit.
Nah, I don't fuck with that, but I heard it's good.
It's actually not a bad movie, but it's a movie
good.
you would never watch twice. Like you would never watch that movie twice.
What about Usual Suspects? That's one of the best movies ever, but would you watch that
A
twice?
great movie.
Yeah, I'd watch that twice.
That's a movie you can watch more than once, but I don't watch it. I mean, like, I'll
13 years.
watch it once and let like 5
Second
years go by, and I might watch it again. You know,
The second time actually gives you a whole nother because you know what happened, so you can kind of like be piecing together how well it was done the second time around. You know what I mean? Then after that,
I like doing that too on like movies that I like or that
Walking with a Limp, genius.
Yeah, exactly, man.
You want fools to think you're whack, walk with a limp, and then they will think you're not someone else.
Yeah, what's he say? Oh, she was as fat as a whale from Muskogee, Illinois, or something like that.
He was just reading everything in his office.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's great.
And then spoiler alert, poof, just like that, he's gone.
Poof, bro.
Man, but that movie, the first time I saw it, really did blow my mind. Like, you can watch it over and over every 10 years or whatever, 5 years, but the first time it's
It's great. It's one of the best.
It's a great movie.
Best movies ever.
It's like what
Top
M.
10.
Night Shyamalan wanted to do with his life, but he just never could quite really do it,
What? Why him? Why did you pick him as the?
Because he always wants to put
whack.
twists in his movies, but he never really. They're always kind of shit movies, and
I kind of like that.
Sixth Sense was
Signs
not.
or Sixth Sense.
The new
But that
one,
was his biggest one.
Yeah, it was as close as he ever got to Kaiser.
The dude with the bald head or whatever.
Shatter, Unbroken.
That's, someone taking a piss over there. What is that noise?
Bruce Willis, you talking?
No, not Bruce Willis, bro. What's his name? Fuck.
You're talking about Samuel L. Jackson.
No, dude. Oh.
Because he's in that. What's that movie? Invincible.
Unbreakable.
Unbreakable.
Yeah, they just made a new one called Glass. But what was the one? Oh, Split. Okay, so that's the guy that. Well, I mean, he made Split, and
that shit looked weird, man. I didn't.
I watched them. I didn't. So I watched Split, and I had no clue that. Anyway, I mean, if you've seen Unbreakable, you remember that with Bruce Willis?
Yeah. Split is the best of all of them.
Yeah, so that's a new it's okay. So it's tied in. It's the same world, right? And so at the end of Split, like after the credits, I don't even know how I caught this, but I didn't look it up, and I looked it up after. And I mean, it's a little secret, but after the credits play, there's a scene of like the camera's just panning through a coffee shop. People are in there, and then it like kind of pans back over, and sure enough, it's like Bruce Willis's character from Unbreakable.
Yeah.
David Dunn.
That was a secret. I didn't know that. I just
it's at the end of the credit. After the credits,
it's not really a secret.
Well, okay, not a secret, but I mean,
it's a secret. It's a hidden. It's a bonus track.
What do they call it? An Easter egg? They call it like an Easter egg.
No, Easter egg is when
gaming world they do. I don't know.
No, that's Easter egg is when it shows something from somewhere else. If you're in the game world and you see something from a movie or from like a poster from a movie.
Is that what an Easter egg is?
Yeah, it feels like a treat because it's like, oh, look, the game's showing like a picture of James Dean on the wall. It's an Easter egg, or like or like a picture from a different video game, like Sonic's on the wall, like something like that.
Mhm.
I need to get up on the times with the gaming world, I guess.
Yeah, game world's everything now, man. These athletes in the gaming world are gonna make more than football players in our lifetime.
Oh, I mean, I don't doubt it, dude.
I mean,
know
some of them already do.
I mean, it blew my mind 5-6 years ago when I'd like see,
Mhm.
you know, my roommate, fucking playing video games on the computer all fucking night. Like, 25, 26, 27 years old. I don't fucking know. But regardless, it's just like, it blew my mind. I was just like, and then you would watch
People play. That's the craziest.
play, and I'm like, I don't get it. Like, I thought video games, I just didn't understand it. Now it makes total. I mean, now it's just like, whoa, this is more than just fucking some roommates playing some fucking video games. There's like millions, if not billions of dollars. It's over billions of dollars in business.
Oh yeah.
So much fucking money.
Crazy.
But
They just keep getting better and better.
yeah, they
Got
do.
the new
man.
console coming out in November, supposedly the Xbox.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get both.
You're gonna get both.
It's kind of the great equalizer too, because America's always been the best at like pretty much every sport. You know what I mean? And like now, I mean, granted, there's a few sports that like we're not the best at, but for the most part, we're the best at pretty much every sport. And video games are definitely like global. There's a lot of Asians that are really good.
Yeah,
at
I
it. There's a
first
lot of
heard about
Americans,
it
too.
in Asia being big,
Yeah.
like for the money over there before it got big over here for the
The
money.
other amazing thing about it is it's funny because you think that an NFL player would not last as long as a video game player, but these video game players burn out faster than like your average sports star would.
Yep, life
Yeah,
expectancy.
So many people. Like,
Well, no, it's not that. It's so
filtered out.
mentally demanding. It's like to play at that high of a level. Only
It burns
teams
you
like
out in your
Yeah,
eyes and like your
like people like
reflexes.
Ninja who are streaming, they can make money their whole lives. So that's different. They're still going to compete at a high level against regular people, but to win those tournaments, like they say, once you're 19, you're already past your peak. It's around like 17, 18. Like they have like a year, even less than running backs, like you said. And it's kind of makes it's amazing. I didn't know either, but chess players, if you study them, some of them when they go to these tournaments, they will break down because they're having to focus mental energy really strongly for hours at a time, and they're not eating or drinking, and they'll burn up all their calories. They'll lose like 10 pounds in a couple of days just sitting there playing chess. It's crazy.
That's crazy. Yeah, that is crazy. I mean, they don't fucking eat.
Yeah, and so like I always had that theory. Yeah, well, I mean, not while they're playing, they might eat at night, but also that it's hard to explain. But when you do that kind of high intense mental stuff, it burns your glucose at a really fast rate. They've now proven scientifically. So like even though you're not moving, you're burning off your energy really fast when you have to focus the brain a lot.
You got the processor working overdrive. Like athleticism is just muscles and like, it's a different type of stamina.
I can actually understand that. To an extent,
And the
because there's been days like where I wake up, but I get like slammed with work, and I'm like, it's kind of like nonstop. It's one of those days. It's like you're like unexpectedly piled with shit, and you're piled with that shit all day long. And sometimes I just don't I forget to eat, and I'll go like the whole fucking day, and then by the end of the day, you would think I'd be hungry, but I'm like, well, of course I'm tired. I don't have like that energy, but I mean, I'm still like not hungry. You know what I mean? It's weird. I don't know.
Because the brain,
Yeah, it's crazy. But I don't know. I noticed that.
And maybe it's the body. Maybe it's just body trying to be efficient because the brain knows when it's at a task, if it eats, it's going to actually slow down the brain because the body has to spend energy on digesting. So maybe the brain, once you start getting really focused on a task, the same with me. Like I kind of live a leisurely lifestyle, so I can overeat. But if I actually get focused on something during the day, I can go all day without eating. If I'm actually, I don't even think I'm hungry till I stop, and then I'm like, oh shit. I didn't realize I was hungry because I was moving around, but once I slow down, I realized. And so maybe that's the brain trying to be efficient and saying, well, if I eat right now, my focus won't be as good mentally. And so I'm just going to keep, going.
Yeah, no, I can also relate that with surfing, dude. Like I get like bad acid reflux or whatever the hell, like heartburn. I do, man. I don't know. Like
no acid reflux.
Well, I'm just going to say why I'm saying, hang on, it'll make sense in a second. Larry.
Whoa.
No, I mean I do though. Like I don't know, as I got older, like I can't handle spicy food as much. I don't know what that is, but like when I go surf, like I'm now dealing with that. I make sure not to like eat anything like or drink anything sugary or anything like sugar, because like when I get in that salt water and I'm in the fucking salt water for sometimes, I don't know, 6 hours. Like I mean I get out, but I go right back. without eat. I mean, and I get out and I mean, dude, usually I don't really have an appetite, but I'm like burnt, like just totally, literally. I mean, you would think, but I don't know that. So that makes sense. So that's, when your brain, I guess, wants to focus on something. I don't know. That makes, for a serving purpose. Cause if you eat, you get the itis, bro.
Yeah. And so it's like the brain trying to be efficient. So that's why a lot of people who work heavy, once they don't realize, so they stop at the end of the day. Holy shit, I was tired this whole time. But when I was focused on my mission, I didn't realize I was tired.
Man, I love these like tangent conversations. We hadn't even got to segment 1 yet.
What's the segmentation?
I don't know. I mean, we got some articles and some things that we're going to talk about regardless, but we just been kind of bullshitting. I'm not gonna lie, talking about stocks, and then we got totally sidetracked on. It's just everything that we just talked about. I mean, from Xbox to
PS5. What y'all going? I think I'm gonna get both, but.
That's so funny. You're gonna get both of them.
I had to buy one. I buy the ugly ass PS5.
Really? I don't know what those controllers are gonna be like, but I've always thought that Xbox
has a better controller. That's true.
They're like fit for a hand.
Yeah, it's true.
In my opinion, it's like.
But the PlayStation ones have gotten better. They used to be real small for small Asian hands with precision, but now they've gotten a little bit bigger over the years.
For the precision, man. The precision.
Yeah, no, I told someone that yesterday. Well, never mind. We'll keep going. So stocks, that's what y'all are into now is finance, speculation.
Well, we talked about this, but yeah, I mean, I know you do a little bit of that yourself, Larry. I know that. So,
well, you got to have your money work for you because that's all it is. Yeah, that's basically all it is.
You're gonna have to work for your money.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And the body can only take so much.
You can make your money work for you in that shit. I mean, you can. You do it right. You can do whatever the fuck you want. Promise.
Yeah, man. You can sit back, laugh. You could be in vacation, just making money after a couple of years in. That's what it's like.
Yeah, if you know what you're doing, you have enough capital, you can make some serious profits. It's crazy. It's insane.
Especially right now, that's what's good for young people who are creative because if you have the ball, especially young people, old people are a little bit more hesitant to pull the trigger on things they don't know that they consider risky because they think, I don't have as much money to make in my future. But young people think, I'm not even. I haven't even made my money yet.
If I lose it now, I'm screwed.
Exactly. So all young people haven't even started making money yet. It's like, I could lose a few thousand, all the money I have, I'll still make more money in the future. Anyway, so yeah, some of these are going to be times of lots of ups and downs in the next 10 years because the economy is fucked. So I was telling Twoke, the economy is fucked for poor people and middle class, but the people who have the money, they're just going to accumulate their wealth over the next 10 years, the ones who actually buy stocks, like the top percentage of people. And so they take their money out when they get scared, but they still have the money on the sideline in their bank accounts or in their other holdings, and then they put it back in when they think the prices are low enough again. So it's going to be lots of ups and downs in the next 10 years. So for people who are risky, you can make a lot of money.
Yeah, no, it is. It's a trader's market, I guess you want to call it, right? Not an investor's market. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, well, that's a good way to put it, man. But not a traitor. A trader. No trade. Death to all traitors.
No, death to all traders. All of them. Well, yes, all of them. Yeah. Anyways, I love it though, man. It's
what's your long term?
We're not going to dive deep into it. We've already done it. We got to move on. But I mean, I just wanted to just before we stop talking about it, we were talking about how the sports traders should do it or should check it out if they like sports bettors. Sorry, not traders.
Yeah. Or poker players, any gambler should check out. If you have.
Yeah, and then I was like, Twoke, I was like, I feel like I'm talking sports with you when I'm talking stocks.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, man, if I can look at it like a sport and say they'll love that shit. They'll love that.
Somebody could easily make an app that is like kind of lays equities out.
Don't give it all out, man. Don't give it all out.
Yeah.
You gotta save that one. Well, I mean, I'm serious. You might, I could always edit it out, but I could always put it on there.
No, you're exactly right.
So wait, I want to hear some Robinhood stories. I wonder, The youngest
That's
you can
another
be,
$1 million
though.
idea. Robin Hood Stories.
The youngest a kid can be is yeah, have a YouTube page. You get people to send you their stories. Then you hey, you think there's and yeah, because that would be interesting. People would want to see their come up with their fall stories. But anyways, what's the youngest age you can be to sign up account? 18 or is it 21?
18, I believe.
Is it 18?
18. Okay.
yeah.
But what about? Do you think kids who ever come from wealthy backgrounds or upper middle class,
can
they
have
have
an
their
account.
parents
Oh,
open
yeah.
the Robinhood?
Oh, dude, I know.
I had a stock
Two
account when I was like
kids.
14.
Yeah, I did too for a minute, but it was
I
under
know
my-
2 people. One of them has been on the show. Well, he was a regular guest host at the beginning. Jared. Yeah, he's taking a break from the podcast game, I guess. But he's 19 or no, he's 19, 20, whatever. Anyways, his buddy that I've met and know.
not him, but a guy I know.
No, that I met and know.
Confirmed.
But I also know him. I've known him for months now at this point. But anyways, what I was getting at was this kid made a lot of money, like just trading stocks, dude. Like I'm talking about more than I've made in my lifetime.
Talking about it, baby.
So, I don't know. I mean, it's a lot. I was just shocked, and he's just super smart. And I mean, when I saw that video, that one guy Tuok about some artificial trading machine, basically a robot in a sense.
Mhm.
I mean, that was the first person I thought of, that dude that he was talking about, Jared.
Yeah. The beauty
He
of
did a podcast. Jared did a podcast with that guy, so he's put
I
it out.
listened to it. That was
Oh,
his
you
best
listened to it?
podcast. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know. And then Jared's like, "I'm not going to do podcasts anymore. I'm done with it." I'm
Dang,
like,
he dropped the
I'm like,
mic.
wait, I was like, you just dropped your best episode that you've
Damn.
ever done. I mean,
He's
it was super
Illmatic.
fucking interesting.
He's
And he's like,
chronic.
yeah. I'm like, oh, dude, get out of here.
Yeah, it was a
Gotta
good
hear-
guest. He asked
Should have put that shit on my show. You'd have got way more attention, dude. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
He's not about the attention, man. He just put out some good shit, and then
Yeah, it's available. What's it called, Tuok? What's his podcast? It's like
All Things Necessary.
didn't he change it? Here, Tiz fam. I'm gonna give him a
Homework?
plug. I'm gonna give him a plug. My boy Jared over there.
I was pretty sure it was All Things Necessary.
Yeah, but he had a name change. Oh, that's
That was
what he
his
changed
first
it to.
problem, changing the name.
Yeah. He took his old episodes. The only episode you have is the guy built a robot that trades, featuring I'm not gonna say his name. Go find Jared Edelman.
his robot just
All Things
trades. That
Necessary
robot's not going to be able to compete with the Ex Machina that has sex and will trade for you and probably cook and clean up your house and stuff. That robot is going to put this guy's robot that just trades out of business.
Well, no. Larry, do you follow the
I'm
same
just
guy?
joking, man. I'm just joking.
Well, here's my thoughts. Is like,
Oh no, I'm just asking. Do you? I mean, do you? Do you?
No,
have
no,
that
but
guy?
I've heard Jared told me all about him, about his platform. I mean, not his
well,
platform.
here's my
his,
thought. Is like,
program.
That's right, because y'all play fucking Modern Warfare with that dude. Okay, so that's how y'all keep up with this. I'm like, how did
Yeah.
I was like, I
On the
forgot
video
that
game.
he played with.
Well, that's how young kids hang out. They
That's
play video
so
games
funny.
and get in parties, and then it's like you're hanging out.
I know it's so weird because Jared's, I'm 33, man. He's 20 years old, but I know him through my younger brother, right? And so, but he's also like super smart, and he's not he doesn't act like a kid. He does, he's
a
kind of
man
already
child.
grown. Yeah, he's like a man child. But anyway, I mean, he's just, dude, I don't know. It blows my mind some of the things that he's like showed me. I'm like, damn, dude, if I was your age and I knew what I knew now, I would be fucking going in right now, bro. Like go in. I'm
Well,
like, go
see,
all
I was
in, bro.
lucky,
Like,
man.
fuck, do this shit. Why you have like the, you could fuck up some money. You'll
Learning.
be good. Your parents probably come back and get you out of that one way, shape, or form, man. But if you do it right, man, you'll be a fucking millionaire.
Oh, of
dude.
course.
You can do whatever the
Well,
fuck
that's
you want.
I was lucky, man. I had a teacher. I went to a really good middle school, and so it was like a nerd program. And so we had a teacher one day a week in math, just because she wanted us all to do good. She told us about stocks, and we had a program where we fake picked stocks, we'd watch them for the project and stuff. And she showed us that just 8% a year, if you put around 2,000 from the age of 20 to 40, I forgot the amounts, but it's worth like way over $1 million. And so it's like, Yeah, so it's just to teach kids.
So you just
to teach
get an 8% return
8% a year, putting in
like,
2,000 a year from 20 to 40. By the time you're 60, it's worth like something like around $2 million or something. Yeah.
Which like a normal Dow ETF will do that.
And
for
so
you,
that
you
was
know?
so powerful to tell
Yeah.
kids something like that. And I just thought, man, how lucky we were. And so in my early 20s, I knew about the power of money and stuff and all that. I just didn't have any money to invest because I was too lazy to work harder to get extra cash on top. Because that's basically what you have to do when you're young. You have to sacrifice and either not spend, or you got to work a nighttime job to make an extra $1,000 a month. You got to put $1,000 a month away in your stocks, and you'll be balling at such a young age without.
Yeah, you want to put like what's the golden rule? It's like a certain like 5% of your week, your monthly or weekly, your biweekly income or some shit.
Yeah,
There's so many rules.
You know,
1,000 will be way more than 5%.
When you're trading with a small account, I mean, there's plenty of tutorial videos. Go fucking watch it on YouTube. But I mean, I've seen some stuff that's like, okay, if you're going to be doing this, like, make sure that you can do it. One, and two, yeah, don't go fucking trade on the stock market. If you can't afford to lose that fucking
well, that's
money,
why it's so good to do really speculatively while you're young and have no one that depends on you. And so it's like you can learn and do your bones then, and you're going to make more money in your lifetime. Like you're going to be making a much higher earnings when you're older than if you're young. So it's really good to play around while you're young just to learn the game.
Wow.
No, it is. I mean, I think it's a great, like, I'm a hands-on kind of learner, you know. So, you know, I can read all the books in the world,
but the books won't give you the confidence necessarily that.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, when I went and got my real estate exam, okay, like those classes. I mean, whatever. Like, I'm surprised I passed the fucking test the first try. I don't know what I got. They don't tell you. It's just like pass or fail. So I thought I was like, oh, I got one point. I was like, fuck, dude, I'm fucked. Like, I'm fucked. There's no. I totally thought because you have to take the state test and the federal test, right? So if you fail one of them, you're fucked anyway. You got to take both again. I walked out and I passed, and that was it. But I mean, shit, dude, you put me in the field when they threw me out there. Like, here's your desk, here's your shit, and yeah, there you go. And it's like the world is yours at that point. Like, make your fucking destiny. I mean, I don't know. They threw me in a wolf pit.
Yeah, nobody
with a phone.
Yeah, really. Yeah, exactly. It's just like.
And they didn't say shit.
Like, wait,
it's like, well, yeah. I mean, yeah. Talk about a steep learning curve. God damn, that shit was insane. I mean, learning. I mean, not that I didn't know. I mean, good thing I know math. I guess I was able to understand it pretty quickly and just the aspects of it. But I'm just saying, hands-on learning.
Yeah.
I didn't know shit from those tests.
Yeah.
But but you throw me in. I mean, I learned super fast as soon as I had. Swarmed in it or fucking neck deep in that
like
shit.
Like they say about language, I went to most Americans, we have to take alternate language for most of our schooling, but we don't actually learn it. Yet they claim if you move to a different country and have to immerse yourself in it, you'll learn it in like, I don't know what, less than 6 months or something, around 6 months.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, hey man, got a perfect shining example of that. Charlie, man, when that dude he left, went to down the Middle America.
He picked up Spanish fast as shit.
Like within 6 months, I went down there and he speaking fucking fluent Spanish.
Carlos,
like coming from him, I was like, that was a shocking thing to see.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I mean? Yeah. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, this story just gets better.
One thing. Here's a lead into kind of what I wanted to talk tonight about, which was kind of the.
I know we've gone on a fucking tangent, haven't we? Too, like
here's the deal, though, and it all ties in at the end of the day to Wall Street, because as we all know, the fix is in. Each equity is not rigged. When people say the stock market is rigged, no, each equity is not necessarily rigged. Each stock, but as a whole, the money that the U.S. government pumps in and the cash that in the way the banking works, it all helps to bolster the stock market. So if you're betting in the big boys, they're generally going to do well because the government sort of makes sure that they do. You know what I mean? Like, it's all to help Wall Street. So, if you're just saving your money and you're not investing it in the big dogs, like, you're not taking advantage of the fix that exists. You know what I mean? Like,
the man.
The man. Yeah, exactly. Like all this Fed spending, like, 90% of it, or I'd say 80% of it, has been going to big companies and buying bonds of these large companies to help bolster the stock market.
Is that a not a confirmed statistic? The 80-20?
Well, I'm just thinking. So they gave the American people what they give us $1,200 a pop. It was like less than $1 trillion, right? That went into Americans' pockets. And then you had the PPP plan,
right? And the rest
which went to companies, which a lot of it went to the big guys. You know what I mean?
Big dog.
And then you have Fed spending, which has been way more than the CARES Act was. That it's trillions and trillions of dollars, and you put that all together, and all that Fed money has gone into either mortgage-backed securities or corporate bonds, and then they'll just be buying outright equities here probably by the end of the year. They'll just literally be buying stocks.
How's that? How do they decide?
Buying shit bonds.
They pick winners and losers. They did
bonds are gonna take shit eventually.
They do it all the time.
They did it with Ford back in 2008 or something like that.
Yeah, that's what happened in 08. That's motherfuckers.
It was went from $1 to $15. The Ford stock.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, as soon as the 30-year mortgages hit, and from the 70s, I mean, everybody fucking defaulted. You know, or not everybody, but a lot of people. That caused a huge fucking plunge.
All the good business words you'll notice in the Western world are always French. Even default, say it like in a French accent. You can imagine being a French. It's laissez-faire, default. It was a default, and excuse me, I had a default. It was my default. I can explain. The reason why is because France was the business capital and the jewel of Western Europe from the fall of Rome up until World War II, basically. And so that's why most modern business terms are still French to this day.
Yeah, they have like the business district in Paris or whatever, which is basically the same thing as saying downtown.
Yeah.
I mean, I went there and they call it the business. You stand on the either the or what's the name of the thing in the middle of where they do this. No. Yes,
that's dope.
If you get on top of it, I went on top of it, and you literally can see around the city.
Awesome.
And Paris is so fucking big.
Cool. No, it's not
fucking
big.
idea.
It's dense.
No,
are you walking around that hoe? It's not big.
Yeah, you can walk, but you can walk straight and walk to Katy.
No, dude, Paris is not big at all.
Dude, it is. I'm gonna send you a screenshot.
I've been to Paris. I've looked up the density and I've looked up the.
No, dude, it's huge. It's insane how big it is. I was shocked. I'm
from Houston, though. You could fit all of the city of Paris inside of like a small, downtown.
I was in New York right before that. Right before that, and dude, Paris just seemed never fucking ending. Like it just, you couldn't see the end.
Well, compared to Manhattan,
it didn't end.
Yeah, but no.
Well, Manhattan.
Well, anyways, sorry for arguing, but yeah, no. I thought one of the cool things about Paris is you can get around so easy because it's so small compared to like Houston. How is Houston so?
And I had the worst experience with that. I mean, we don't need to get all into it. But I mean, literally,
what happened?
No cab would pick us up.
Oh, because you're American.
I mean, I don't fucking know. I mean, the way it worked, I guess so I went there like in 2012, I think. Yeah, it's like 8 years ago or some shit like that. And like, I was in Amsterdam before, then I get to Paris. I was like on a train. I get off, and it's like, I mean, dude, I had no clue. I thought Paris was like a love town. So you see that shit in the cartoons and the movies, right? Man, when I got off that train, it was like getting off in New York, if not even crazier.
Yeah.
Personally, that's exactly the first thing I thought, and I had no idea how big that fucking city. I mean, it is.
Paris is huge. I'm looking it up right now, and it's very, very, very large.
Huge, dude.
It's just you think of Paris. I mean, it's kind of like considering Houston and the greater Houston area. It's like if you consider Houston, it's big, but if you consider the greater Houston area, it's fucking ginormous. But the population of the surrounding suburbs of Paris about 10.5 million people. Most populous urban area in the European Union, so it sprawls. It's a sprawling metropolis.
I mean,
but most tourists leave the epicenter. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I was about the epicenter part is good for getting around on foot or train or taxi.
But
it was cool.
I've been to Paris. It's overrated.
I was gonna say it's an adult's playground, basically, like an adult's Disneyland.
It is.
The best thing about Paris is like when you go to Europe, it's a hub. You can fly there, and it's good for a couple nights. It's just so dope to go just walk at night in those streets. But then you go, the countryside of France is really where all the beauty is. Like that's one of the most beautiful. Yeah. The countryside in France, amazing.
Yeah, I heard the South. of France is
South, any of
obviously-
them, man. Yeah, the South. I would want to go there near Spain. That would be.
Yeah,
So-
Nice and Nietzsche, whatever it is.
All right. Well, we gave the French plenty of love, I think, at this point.
Well, they're still an
Um,
empire, man. Fuck them. Yeah, that's why the
I
only
eat
reason
the
they're
freedom
rich.
fries, baby. Freedom fries. Fuck them Frenchies, man.
Oh, but wait. So
Yeah.
last shout out to the French, and so I always thought how they were pussified and stuff. That's why I thought I wouldn't like it. But apparently, yeah, they don't like Americans. But if you go there as a Texan, not only do they like Texans, just because people think Texans are different, but you could also get chicks that way too, because like the women are tired of all these effeminate French men. So just like a rugged man who's manly, nothing would be more exciting to these hot French chicks. So the two best things about French, the croissant.
French.
Hold on, the croissant and the women. Yeah, so those are the two best.
The croissant and the women. Hey, man, I'll agree with that. I like that. I mean, I like everything else about it, but I'm just saying it was an interesting experience. That's all. It was a great time.
Sorry, one
We
last
were
thing. And I slept on the streets one night in France for life experience. Man, I busted my hammock out right there on the Champs, and I slept there.
So there's a lot of people in Paris, man. So you fit right in.
There was
didn't
people
you?
just walking around. There's people sleeping. I mean, there's tons of refugees. There were tons of people on the street already.
That's
but
what
yeah,
they were looking at you like. They were like, look at this fucking refugee in his hammock.
Yeah. And I tied, since I fell asleep, I put my luggage to my like hammock. So I was like, if anybody steals it, I'll feel the hammock shake and I'll wake up and wreck them. So
They're like, look at this guy. He shows up. He doesn't even look for a job. First thing he does is set up his hammock.
Great. That's fucking classic. Oh, dude. Well, all right, France. We love you.
Well, here's some brass
Moving
tacks,
on.
though. Okay, so like since 2008, okay, going to today, right now, like the market has had really huge growth, for the last like 10 years.
NASDAQ
And,
has blown up since the
but if
dot-com
you-
bust.
if you actually look at corporate earnings, for a little while they were actually doing decent, but still the price to earning ratios were getting more astronomical than the earnings were rising. The reason for that is because of all the money that the Fed has been pumping into, just the money circulation, and the Fed balance sheet has been holding more and more corporate, bonds, and they've just been pumping more and more money into the system. And so if you actually consider the value of the dollar and the earnings and all that, it hasn't been doing nearly as well as it has performed, and that fix is in, and it's on the backs of your average American, right? All the tax money is just going to help in these fat cats, but basically, I kind of wanted to break down a few of these statistics tonight to kind of show people where we're headed. You know what I mean?
Is this like correlated with that like chart you sent me last week that like showed like what the I guess like
the money that
dollar
was
amounts
basically just like money
in
in
circulation?
the system.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, that's basically like money supply, if you will. So that's
So it went up like insane, like right around 9/11,
right after 2008.
Whenever that or whoa, I'm sorry, not 9/11.
But you're correct.
That's
It
what I meant.
started. It started going up then. Bush started a lot of the collapse that created a lot of this cash problem that America's getting obsessed with. And it's funny because the American people are known for running up their credit cards and spending money they don't have. Well, so is our government. And if you look at it, since 1971, man, our debt, which is when we got off the gold standard completely, and the silver standard, that was Nixon. And so since then, the money, the U.S. debt was very flat, and the money supply was too. Since then, every 10 years, it would basically double. Well, now we're at the point where it's every 4 or 5 years, we're starting to see that churn and burn, man.
Wow.
And so since 2008, it has just gone up fucking astronomically, man. It is disgusting to look at. It's trillions of dollars a year. Trump didn't slow it down at all, but then now with the COVID shit, man, it is it's reaching a precipice, in my opinion, of just if we do this once or twice more, we're really right now, we're probably pretty much starting to get out of control. But if we do this again, if there's another shutdown or any crazy stuff like that, the fucking steering wheel has been thrown out the window, and and that's where those ups and downs are going to come into, because when you lose control of the ship, it's going to be bouncing up and down like a fucking yo-yo. You know what I mean? And
That's the crazy part. Is, to be honest with you, I mean, dude, I can say anything, but I have a gut feeling that we haven't even seen the worst of this yet.
yeah,
Like, call me crazy, I don't know. I've just done a lot of research, and it's like I've seen stuff that's happened with these, like, quote unquote pandemics in the past, and it's like, what's stopping that from happening this time?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
It's here.
here's the deal, right? So
I guess a vaccine, maybe. I don't know.
right before
I don't know.
2008, okay, we had about $1 trillion on the federal balance sheet, and that's not money supply. That's not the national debt. That's just how much assets is the Federal Reserve holding, and that basically means corporate bonds, some mortgage-backed securities. Basically, that's private money that the Fed has purchased, right? So they're holding corporate, they're holding wealth just like you or I would in an equity, a bond, a mortgage-backed security, right? So we're looking at about $1 trillion right before the crash. Boom, the crash happens, okay? 2008. That jumps up to $2.3 trillion, okay? So the government pumps in, $1.3 trillion into, the problem. Basically just says, hey, we're going to help the liquidity issues. We're going to bolster things, and we're going to help things stay afloat and get through this problem, okay? Boom. Now we get out of the crash, okay? And after the TARP thing ended, like that, the government actually did get paid back on some stuff, and the Fed did sell off a little bit. We go down to just below $2 trillion. And then from then on, man, it's just a steady climb. And remember, these are times when the market is doing well, right? It's growing at a eerily similar pace to this exact balance sheet we're looking at today. So 2008 comes by, we hit 2.3 trillion. By 2012, we're at 2.8 trillion. Now we get into from 2011 to now Trump, the beginning of Trump, we're at 4.5 trillion in total assets on the Federal Reserve sheet. And it stays,
it's exponential growth.
It stays pretty flat. It actually does. And then boom, this year, we're literally at 4.5 trillion all the way up until the coronavirus. Now we're talking about a period of 4 or 5 months. We're at $7.2 trillion on the Fed balance sheet.
Almost doubling it
in 5 months. And it's not stopping anytime soon. We're about to do another $1 trillion, and the Fed's still quantitative easing as we speak. Like, we're going to hit $10 trillion on the federal balance sheet probably by the end of 2021, and I would guesstimate. I don't see any way around it, especially if things dip at any point. If things dip in the market with all of this cash flow out there and it's on our balance sheets, you've got to believe that they're going to just print. I mean, it's going to be a fucking monsoon, man, of just money just getting printed.
And then at some point, it just becomes totally worthless.
Exactly. But here's the deal. Okay, it's okay. The government can print money. A lot of people don't understand this. The government, right, it doesn't even need to take in tax. I mean, it does, but just thinking from an abstract standpoint, the government doesn't have to take in taxes, right? It can just keep printing money. But that ruins the power of the dollar. The dollar will continue to lose value. So we take in these taxes, we have a balance sheet and a budget, and it's always run at a fucking deficit. Well, that's good and all. But then what happens when your debt levels get higher than the amount of money that your entire economy generates in a year? You know what I mean? So say you make $100,000 a year, Tiz, and say that you have $50,000 in debt. Well, it's not good, but you can see how you could get out of that hole within a few years, with some proper saving and some good, taking control of your finances. Well, say you make $100,000 a year and now you owe $200,000. That becomes a much larger hole, right? That's 2 years of 100% of your earnings going just to pay off your debt. Like that's starting to get kind of scary as fuck, right? Well,
Oh yeah.
America right now, owes about 100. So our national debt is 124% of the national GDP.
Wow.
So we
24.
already owe more than the entire gross domestic product of the American economy.
And also the timing of this is the worst too, because now China is becoming the main player. Even countries in Europe have been quoted, like Germany was quoted as saying they might have to start doing business with China and certain things instead of America, and start starting choosing sides. And so our economy would have been unrivaled even 10 years ago by Russia or China. No one would have chosen them over us.
Yeah, people are starting to come online. And
people can do business. You don't have to do business with just Amazon if you're in Europe. Eventually, people can be pissed that Amazon is run so cutthroat, and they can be like, all right, we're going to fuck with Alibaba and give them contracts in the future. So it's like that would have been unheard of even a couple of years ago. Like Amazon would have, if Amazon isn't friendly, So what I'm saying is the timing is bad too.
Yeah, exactly. You've got, Russia's got further than China to go, in my opinion. With the power. China's just got a much bigger military, and their middle class seems to be growing at a pretty rapid pace. Now, the one thing about China, when you look at this sheet there, so ours is about 125% to GDP ratio. You look at China, and it's about 50%. But here's the deal with China. They lie about their GDP, so you can't really take that number literally,
Dude, I feel like anything they report is not true, regardless.
So if you reduce their
look
GDP
at their coronavirus numbers, goddamn.
Yeah, exactly. So if you reduce their GDP by 25%, they're getting much closer to starting themselves to get to that 100% debt to GDP ratio. But the reason this is an important number is because then you look at all the countries that suck in the world that you constantly hear about. Oh, they've either had no growth, they're stagnant. Like Japan is one of the most stagnant economies in the whole world. They
thrived to the 80s, and then they got burnt to the 90s or till to now.
And the same thing, they just spent too much money. They were just going crazy, and eventually, once you get too deep into these numbers, it's like a plane trying to take off at high altitude, right? It needs a longer runway. Well, the more
they called those companies that stayed alive the zombie companies. Have you heard that?
Yeah, they just linger and don't grow at all, and they just barely.
Yeah, and just take on debt basically. Like they call them like zombie companies.
Yes,
like they held I guess they had some significance.
Like the show The Office.
They propped it up in a sense. I don't know what the fuck they were doing.
It's like giving people jobs.
It was a big effect on their economy, supposedly, when their market crashed in the 90s, is partially due to that.
Yeah,
it's basically just a way to keep people on payroll, so people can keep jobs. Kind of like on The Office at the end, they're not really even making any money because printing's dead.
Dunder Mifflin's fucking paper company. Yeah, exactly.
You still want to keep
Dunder Mifflin.
So Japan, though, I just wanted to put this in perspective. Japan, 266% public debt to GDP. So they owe over 2.5 times what their country even generates in a year. And that's not tax revenue. That's just GDP. Like that. You know what I mean? Like only a small portion of that goes to the government. So it's like,
it can never be paid back ever.
Yeah, exactly. Ever. It'll take forever. And that would take some serious
spending.
So what people don't realize is like, okay, so like Trump, right? He gave a bunch of rich people a tax cut. Well, if this type of spending continues, everyone in this country is going to be getting taxed, way more if we ever want to bring this number down again, in the future. So, it's like a hot potato. You keep passing it around until finally something has to be done, and then that guy will take all the blame. You know what I mean? So it's
kind of like everybody's like, well, I ain't gonna be here.
It's all the big scam, but that's why the theory is that they're eventually gonna
make money.
They would have to go to war eventually before it all comes crashing down, because the American dollar is only backed by our military. But if they keep printing more out, eventually it's like, why would other countries? Because still to this day, most countries consider American $100 bills the dopest currency, but that wouldn't be the case if we just keep printing it.
It's definitely the most widely accepted currency.
But if we keep printing it out over and over and over, the euro will be doper, or the whatever, the Chinese in like 30 years, the Chinese dollar or whatever.
So what's something interesting that one of my clients told me today? She went and visited her daughter down in Atlanta, and she said she went to multiple places that were not accepting cash right now.
Yeah, it sucks. The mark of the beast.
Oh, dude,
And it's all by
happened to
design,
me
too.
3 times in the past 4
You
or 5
spend
days.
more. It's been proven you spend more when you don't use cash because you don't really think about it as much, and so they want. And so there's made people be broke consumers. Yeah, just
Oh man, are we talking? We got the conspiracy theories.
no. That's actually science.
I hear it.
No. When you spend more when you use
They
card,
want us to use our cards.
you spend more.
I mean, I've heard everything these days, so it's kind of like.
Well, look, here's
there's
the deal, though.
conspiracy theory on everything now.
That's not legal. I don't even think that's legal to not accept cash. That's legal tender. You're supposed to have to take
There's a
cash.
story that Larry
A
was
lot of places
sent to
don't.
us about that poor lady in Europe, or was that UK?
But
Remember
they
she
can do
went to
that
go-
because that's not their country. But in America, I'm almost positive.
No, there's
That it-
several places that don't accept it here.
But I'm pretty sure if you were to raise a
yeah.
fucking stink, they have
Walmart.
to take your cash.
Sue them.
Walmart wasn't accepting cash on Saturday.
It's bullshit. The
No
mark
way.
of the beast.
Walmart wasn't.
What?
Walmart wasn't yet. The one at
Yeah.
Price at West Park over there.
See, like that's a big deal right there. Like people should be talking
That's a
about
big
that.
store too. That's not just some.
No, exactly.
little
Like that's
store,
a big,
you know what I mean?
big company. Yeah. See, like I don't think that's
They
legal.
weren't taking any cash.
I don't
what-
think
no
that's
cash.
illegal.
One country. That's
No
messed
cash.
up.
That's wild, man.
No cash, man. It was crazy.
This is-
You know what? They might have had one register, like one register dedicated to it. Maybe not where I saw it, but I wouldn't be surprised that they did that to minimize it, whatever it is. I just thought it was crazy. I was kind of like, fucking shit. And it just made me think of the lady in that UK bakery or whatever that you
Oh,
sent.
yeah, she's almost like
Oh, wow.
90 something years old. Said she's never used a card in her life. She probably doesn't even use the internet. Like she's so old. And they
Yeah, and she's
Yeah,
in
the most
somewhere in the
advanced she
UK,
gets is writing
like,
a check.
Turned her down. I wouldn't let her buy any bread because she didn't have a card. She
No, I'm
wanted
wrong.
cash.
Yeah, you do not, by law, you do not have to accept cash, and that's
It's
wild. man.
bullshit.
Like,
So
yeah,
Bitcoin,
exactly.
Bitcoin
Has that
is
always
just as
been
good.
wrong?
The
I guess from the beginning, when they wrote it. I mean, I guess that makes sense. It's like, well, you don't have to take this cash. You can also.
Yeah, it's my
continue
business.
to-
Yeah, I can do
You
it.
can always barter the way you did that. I don't know. That's the way. That's what I'm thinking. Like,
I
maybe
just
that's
thought
the
that legal tender had something to do with look, if your price is this, you have to accept cash. But
So
I was wrong. Dead
there's-
wrong.
There's one Northern European country that's one of the richest, like per capita. Maybe like Norway or Denmark or one of those, but their cash is still king
And
there.
somewhere
And even though they're
Yeah.
technologically advanced and they people make a lot per person, they still love using cash because they understand you're just more responsible when you use cash, and also you like the power of feeling it. And it's quick. There's nothing asked. You don't need any.
It's like the smart thing of rolling around with $100 bill.
Yeah, you
instead
could be on the
of,
side of
fives
the
and
road. Yeah, you could be on the
tens.
side of the road. You can need some help from someone. Boom, you just give them some cash. Boom, you're done.
When it's it's a good practice to roll around with large bills because
you don't wanna break them.
spend those either. Exactly.
You don't wanna
keep
break
them
them.
whole, and it's just how it goes. And but I just wanted to show y'all this too. So back in 1981, the national debt was at right under $1 trillion, $997 million. Okay. By the end of the Reagan years in 1988, it was 2.6 trillion. Okay, so that's less than 10 years. That's 8 years, and it grew from 1 trillion to 2.6. Okay, then we go to the Bush years, who actually George H.W. Bush, shitty guy, but he actually was the most fiscally responsible president we've had since I don't even know, in our lifetimes, and probably in the generation
This is
before.
Bush Senior.
Bush Senior. Bush
I was
Junior
gonna
was
say,
one of
I
the
was
worst.
like, Bush Junior was
But Bush
horrible.
Senior, the reason he didn't get reelected is basically because he promised. He had the famous line, "Read my lips. I will not raise taxes." Well, he did raise taxes, and
Oh yeah.
he's one of the few presidents that basically didn't run a deficit. So from the George H. Bush, the national debt still goes up, but it was a lot less. He went from 3.2 trillion to 4 trillion. And then you get the Clinton years, and he got the benefits of a lot of those H.W. Bush years. He kind of did the same thing because of those raised taxes from George H. So 4.4 trillion during the 1993, all the way to 2000, 5.6 trillion. Okay. Then we go from George W. Bush, 2001, 5.8 trillion, all the way to 2008, 10 trillion. Okay, now we're starting to grow really fucking fast. Barack Obama takes over. By the end of his first year, it went from 10 trillion to 11.9 trillion. Okay, that's 20% in 1 year.
End of his first year. Wow.
Yeah, but he took over right when the crash happened. And then it grows every year after that. 11.9 trillion, 13.5 trillion, 14.8, 16, 16.7. Kind of at the end, he kind of put the reins on it a little bit. But basically, we go from 10 trillion all the way to by 2016, 19. Now you get the Trump years to 20 trillion all the way to 22 trillion. Corona hits. Now we're at 26 trillion. Okay. That's like, I mean, it's just like
4 years.
the brakes are off. You know what I mean? And like interest
Like,
rates
we haven't
are at
really-
zero.
We haven't really touched on it, but isn't most of the government spending actually on military and also underground military, like secret weapons and ships they make and stuff?
A big portion of it is. A lot of it is like Social Security, Medicaid.
But I thought that was one of the things like behind the conspiracy theories of 9/11 is that really like 20% of government spending each year goes to like these underground projects and to military and stuff.
deep
Just
state type shit.
yeah, like developing new weapons.
How do you even look at this shit in the first place? I don't know. I mean, you know what I mean? I guess there's
because there's no limit on what they can charge. Like you saw those, I forgot the stats now, but you would think I'm lying. That's why you got to look it up. The planes that they had developed that aren't even as good as the old fighter aircrafts we had, they were trillions of dollars per plane. Trillions of dollars per plane. It was something crazy.
build these things, bro.
Like who do they pay to build these? Yeah, exactly.
Well, I mean, like, wait, trillions of dollars for wait, how long are they old planes? Like, where
The
they built
Pentagon spent $1.5 trillion developing the F-35.
Damn.
And it's
So,
not
I
even
mean,
as good. It's not even as
and
good.
it wasn't even
It's not
as
even as
good
good as the Harrier from the '80s. The Harrier
Yeah.
from the '80s.
So they paid more money to have a shittier plane.
Yeah, because it doesn't do anything as good. Like it's not
I
as
guess
good
we
as
gotta
a
get the
stealth plane,
kids
but it's
to fly
not as
that
good as a
motherfucker.
fighter plane because it's like a cross between both. And so it's like you could just roll with a fleet that has a stealth and the fighters and covering each other, and they would actually do better.
And look, I'm not a biased partisan guy. Like I'm not, but I want y'all to understand that Donald Trump, he promised that his policies would take the national debt to zero. I mean, the guy
What?
actually made
He
the claim.
said that, but he
He
probably
did.
said that at one of his rallies. But
That's a
he
strong
said a
promise,
thought of
man.
he said a lot of things.
I don't even remember. I mean, I know it's like hard to keep up with this
Yeah,
shit.
I mean,
But I
it's
mean,
like-
just understand that he's grown our debt by more than anybody in the history of the nation. He is not fiscally responsible. He's bankrupted
Hell no.
companies, and he's treating America like one of his shitty companies that he bankrupted. You know,
He's getting rich off of and getting his friends rich off of.
exactly. He doesn't give a shit about America. Okay, don't be a dumbass. He don't care about America. And if you're a saver, you got a little bit of savings. Maybe you're some guy who's able to save some money. Your money just lost 10% this year compared to the other major world currencies.
But it's still pretty well valued. Like one of the only, the pound is. I mean, the UK pound is worth more, but the euro's not anymore.
Well, the euro is pretty.
Well, no,
good.
the euro's catching up fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, the euro is pretty.
But the euro
almost
was
even.
worth twice as much in 2004, if you remember, because that's when a lot of our friends were traveling after high school to Europe, and it was worth $2.2 to $1.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I went there
imagine,
in
but put that into
2012.
perspective though, because the euro. I mean, imagine if we made an American
New
currency into Canada,
Yeah, like
Mexico,
10
and
years
Central
we could've
America.
done, like, half the value.
How bad would that have hurt our dollar value?
Oh, yeah. And they're trying. They wanted. I think they're still trying to do that, like the whole North American currency, like the Amero or whatever the fuck
Well, if
they
you
were.
want to be
Canada.
conspiratorial, this would push that agenda faster than anything.
Nah, I feel you. I've never.
Well, everything's
kinda,
a conspiracy. It's just a lot of the theories are off. But yeah, anything big
theory
happens, there's more.
theory is the TV.
But yeah, one
there's-
euro is worth $2 back again. Or hold on, let me look at exactly.
2004.
June
I know in
5th.
like 2012,
147
it was like,
right
I think it was like
now.
$1. It was like $1.50.
It went up to $2 at one
I'm talking
point.
2004, 2005.
What was it in
2006,
2012?
2006.
Oh,
No,
no,
it was the
I'm
most
sorry.
in like 2006,
So
2005.
in 2002, the euro was worth a little more than 90 cents. Now, June 5th, 2020, the euro started the year at 147. it will probably, now let me look at what it is today.
155.
It's probably getting close to, just a guess, it's probably going to be almost 160 right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, but you're saying it's worth more than the dollar right now?
Yeah,
But
it is.
it has been. It has been.
Dollar
I mean, like,
18. I'm
when I
sorry,
went
dollar.
there-
Yeah, I went 3
I
years
said
ago.
$1.48 seems kind of high. I went there in 2012. It was like $1.45 per €1.
So right before Corona hit, like right before February, is at $1.08. Right now, it's
Yeah,
at
it was going down.
$1.18.
When I went 3 years ago or 4 years ago, yeah, the dollar was worth more. And like I'm saying, 2006, it was
Really? The dollar was worth more?
It was $2.20 to $1 per euro. So the dollar was worth less than half. Yeah, the dollar's worth more. I don't have the computer. Tell me the computer, but I went around 2000, like around 4 years ago.
It was basically right at $1.
Oh,
I
okay.
can't find at any time on this chart that it was worth less than $1. But
That
I
wasn't
mean,
a bad time to go,
guys,
'cause when
like
I went, it was
currencies,
$1.50 equaled €1.
Yes, you're right.
currencies
Just right.
don't normally move like this. People like to see a euro versus $1 go from $1.08 to $1.18 in less than 6 months is unheard of. If you know anything about currency trading, like 1 penny is a big fucking deal. You know what I mean? So to jump
Put that
12
across the board, it adds
in
up.
4 months is astronomical, and that comes from us dealing with the coronavirus a lot worse, and our federal government being willing to just print money on the taxpayers' back and fuck the dollar, basically.
That's what it is.
Well,
When
that's
when
why-
they put it like that, it stretches the value. I mean, that's what
Yeah.
they're doing.
So that's why
Say-
investing is more important now than ever because the money's bullshit. And so you can't just make your money and sit on it. You got to put it to work.
Yeah, but eventually that bubble can burst, and then you're double fucked. So
Double fuck. Whoa. You talking about
double fuck.
you talking about taking a loan out or something? Why
I'm
would I
talking
be
about
double
if the
fucked?
money's losing value and the market, if a bubble bursts, and you reach
All
a
right,
point
you're-
like Japan where you're just stagnant and there's not going to be much growth and movement anymore, you're fucked.
But America will go to war before our economy's stagnant. You know that.
No, it's happened before. We had a lost decade from 2000, basically. Yeah, I mean we've been there before.
You're talking about after the dot-com bust? There
Yeah, it was that's called the
5
lost
years for
decade.
NASDAQ to come back.
It's crazy. All the stock it's so
And in the
hyped up.
70s,
True.
the economy sucked for 10 years or so. I mean, it can happen. It can definitely happen. And we'll just have to play it by ear. I mean, I don't want to see an economy where tech is the only fucking sector that's growing.
But that's been the problem with America for years. The writing's been on the wall. We haven't been producing anything anymore, but ideas for years. And so tech is one of the most idea-based things. You're just sitting there at a computer and putting your ideas into the software, the whatever, the program, making new. And so, America, basically, that's what's killed our economy, but that's actually what's keeping it barely alive now. But it's like you said, eventually other countries can do that too and build stuff. So it's, we need more than just tech, but it's like we've been idea-based for a while. Like,
It's true. Silicon Valley, baby, of the world.
our universities are still the universities that people come from all over the world to get education. Well, not anymore post-Corona, but before Corona, they would leave and go back to their country, come here and get educated.
That's true. Man.
We have the movies, the music. Yeah, we're still the idea people.
It's been a crazy time. It's like I was just saying. I put out the outtakes pod this afternoon. Dropped that. That
Nice.
classic episode that we did, the full episode, not just that last 10 minutes or whatever with the argument, the stiz and the tis, the whole fucking thing. It's a fucking 2 hour. Or well, I cut it down to like I don't know, an hour 30, but it's like a 2 hour. It's over 2 hours, and I edited it down. And it's so good. It's so good that like you could just drop that shit and like it's an episode in itself. You wouldn't even know it's a fucking outtake.
Anytime, any era, drop that shit.
It's so good, man. Like the
I want y'all to
content
guess.
is amazing.
I want y'all to take a guess right now. What percentage of the S&P 500, the top 500 companies in America, What percentage do you think Microsoft, Apple, Google, Amazon, and Facebook make up of the top 500 companies in America?
The S&P.
Probably like
How about all the people
something
that were-
crazy, like 30, 40, 30%.
Well, that's
20.
18%.
20.
I was gonna say like 20.
I mean, so you're talking about, I mean, this is not a
No, it's
normal
insane.
thing,
No, I know.
Oh, when they
It's
moved,
insane. Top heavy.
No wonder the S&P's fucking just been up.
Well, the crazy
Yeah.
thing is those are NASDAQ companies too, and NASDAQ was always the smallest because that's the tech shit, but now it's
Yeah, so they were both in the green while the Dow was like barely in the. It was like going red, green.
Well, the
green.
S&P 500, all you have to do to be in the S&P 500 is have 4 quarters of earnings. You have to be worth more than, I can't remember what it is, but it's like $1.5 billion. You have to have your headquarters in America, and I think there might be one other statistic, but I can't. That's the main 3 things. Oh, worth more than $1.5 billion, headquarters in America, and have 4 quarters of positive earnings, and then you can be entered into the S&P 500. And so yeah. So they are just now, I believe, I think Tesla is just now going to be probably entered into the S&P 500.
which will be good for the stock.
Fucking Tesla, dude. God,
Reflection.
that fucking stock, dude. That company.
Which Larry might be interested in that play. I'll send it to you later. But that kid brought up a play that's like, it's $100 credit spread, and if you hit it, it's worth like $5,000.
It's Tesla?
And the most you can lose is $100. Yeah, but it has to hit like
a year contract.
it has to hit like 2,100 by like September like 21st or something. But
Oh, really? It's not that far away.
which is not very far away, and it's not going to happen. But he was talking about. I think he made that bet like months ago. Do you know about Battery Day for Tesla?
No.
So, basically, Tesla's got it's called Battery Day, and it's on September 15th. He's going to come out with a really, really large announcement.
Yeah.
And people are thinking he's going to give a tour of the cell production facility. He's going to talk about more efficient electric vehicle technology. So he's going to release a new cutting edge technology on September 15th. So that's kind of an exciting thing.
So everybody's getting all amped up on that shit.
Which is also the tentative date for the Tesla shareholder meeting. So shareholder meeting and Battery Day include a tour of the cell production system. And he's going to be talking about a new technology that is supposed to be very, very exciting.
Is that on the delegated calendar?
Yeah, exactly. So, it's kind of cool.
It is. It's badass. I love that shit.
He's going to be talking about a long-lasting.
Basically, so it's like, I can't miss it.
People expect him to be talking about a long-lasting 1 million mile battery, a battery that will be able to go for 1 million miles.
Holy shit! Like 0 point energy almost.
Basically, I mean, it'll not like 1 million miles in one charge, but I think like most
before it breaks,
don't last very long, So yeah.
There goes the gasoline market.
Well, 1 million miles, no car could last that long. So yeah,
but that will reduce emissions per vehicle a lot. Because I think, what is it right now? Like, you're supposed to replace your batteries in your Tesla like in 6.
I don't even know.
Yeah, I don't think it's not that long. Let me look.
Like one person, like not one lifetime, but whatever they call it, like one generation, I guess. Before it gets sold to the next person, to the second generation, unless it's a leased vehicle, I guess. I don't fucking know.
So basically, if you're driving a Roadster through 300, so basically 58,200 miles is basically the life of a Tesla battery right now.
58,000?
So you'd replace it like twice over the life of your car.
I'm trying to think. That probably lasts me 5 years, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe less. I don't know. Something like that. 4 or 5 years, maybe. I'm just trying to think how much I drive.
Now, they say it's the lithium-ion battery cell right now should last 300 to 500 cycles. So that's a big spread. That's 58,200 to 97,000 miles. But, if you're driving it fast as shit and probably having fun, you'd probably be closer to that 300 right now. So 1,000,000 miles is a big fucking deal.
And so what they do if you would buy a new Tesla, that would be the whole plan is like Tesla people would be for life. And when you buy a new Tesla, they would take your battery out and put it in. So it'd be like less polluting for the.
It's like buying an iPhone. You're in the club.
Potentially, exactly, which could be, you think
Because the batteries, one
it's
of the
kind
most
of
polluting things
counterintuitive.
is when they dump them, like you said, that stuff's like highly toxic to get rid of. And so if you can just put the battery in a new car, that could keep you in the car for life. You just keep buying Teslas.
Yeah, and then
Yeah, I don't know exactly how they properly get rid of all that.
Oh man, the way humans get rid of stuff, because it's all about money, and so they do it in a way that's cheap. Most companies in America are not very ethical; it's just about bottom line. And so, honestly, most of the way we get rid of stuff is retarded. Like they straight up just put up chemicals in the ground a lot of times. Like depends on the company, but like you're
100%.
you gotta understand. Like Americans were shooting nukes into our water and our atmosphere up until like a little bit before our lifetime, and now in like other countries still do it. They do it underground now, and like the humans are so stupid that they think when you do a nuke underground, you have to worry about it. But it's actually been proven the nuclear stuff is still underground. Like the waste is underground for like longer than human, like for generations.
Yeah, thousands of years.
Like it's hundreds of thousands of years or something like that. If not, maybe 1,000,000.
Yeah, so people are just so short-sighted.
You know what was interesting that this guy told me today, and he's a pretty progressive guy, but he goes, you know what annoys me about Black Lives Matter besides the fact that he doesn't think they're hitting the right issues to actually affect change. He goes, if you actually ask any government around the world, no lives matter. And I was like, yeah, you know what? You're right. Man. They don't give a fuck about anybody, and they never will.
Well, that's what's so interesting about China is they don't have the problems to be distracted by the racism or that because even if though they're oppressed by the government like we are, it's like they're all mostly. I mean, don't be wrong. What they do to the Muslims, you can look up now, and people need to talk about that more. That's horrible. Yeah. But it's 80% population is Han Chinese. 80% of their whole population. That's wild.
Yeah.
And it's so big, such a vast amount of land, and that 80% of those people are all the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they all. I mean, there's like what is it? 3 billion?
No, like 1.6 billion Chinese.
Sorry, yeah. I think it's 1.38.
Okay. I think India has more, right? 1.6.
No, China. India's like 1.3, I think.
China's number one for sure. I know that it's like 1. It's getting up to 1.4 billion. I didn't mean to say 1.3. I don't know what the fuck, that was crazy, but yeah, I mean that's the truth. It is. I can tell you right now. Hang on, it's right here.
So India's 1.37 and China population
right above it, right? Isn't it?
1.4. So they're right next to each other.
Oh, right next to it. Okay.
Yeah.
But here,
I mean, what's crazy?
One thing I thought was funny, man, when I was looking up some information on like the GDP and the debt, I pulled up an article from 2016, and the projections for our national debt were they're funny to look at now. I mean, almost it's like they predicted that our debt would be 141% of GDP by 2046. We're at 124 by 2020 now. You know what I mean? And people were freaking out about that. You know what I mean? So it's like we're shooting up there so much faster than anybody ever anticipated.
Yeah,
we've jumped 50% in 4 years.
So what are you thinking that this all is going to imply in the future?
Well, the problem is like, that can be sort of the problem with democracy is like, these people are voted in, and until people change the way that they think and vote and are educated, which is not going to happen, you keep electing these people who aren't about cutting government spending, and so as long as we're spending like this, there is no real fix. So it's just a doom and gloom situation, basically. Unfortunately, there's, we need a whole new way of thinking about how we spend money and what we spend money on, and where our
whole fucking has exposed us like a motherfucker.
It has. It really has.
It has exposed how vulnerable.
Well, what's funny is we're almost less equipped right now in 2020 to deal with a global pandemic as those poor motherfuckers were in 1918.
I mean, you're right. I mean, from a population standpoint, I mean, I get it. We have more people, but if you wanted, I guess, crunch the numbers, I don't know exactly what the percentage was, like, people on it. But back then, I mean, yeah. I mean, I looked into the whole 1918 H1N1 like pandemic. Like that shit's crazy because it started off bad, given they didn't have those medical technologies or where we're at right now. But I mean, a lot of people died, but they did the whole social distancing thing, and then they went out too early, and whatever the reasoning is behind it, and you can look on a chart, and basically the winter, I guess it was the winter of 1918, 1919, like December, January, whatever, when it got cold, came back with a vengeance, I guess, if you want to call it.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, killed 5% of the world's population when it was said and done, and it lingered around for, I think, a decade.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's terrifying to think about. I mean, dude, there's no controlling. I mean, if this is as real as everybody makes it seem, right? There's no controlling that shit. I mean, you can't stop a fucking. I mean, if it mutated, I mean, I don't know.
I'm tired of people talking all the worried talk or whatever about it. It's no shit. Or
I don't worry about the coronavirus. I worry about the solutions to the coronavirus,
right?
Economically,
Russia claims they're going to get out a vaccine before this year. They're going to be the first one. They're going to make mass mandatory vaccinations before the end of the year.
Wow.
Well,
I saw something here on the Houston news about how the police are going to start giving people fines if they aren't wearing a fucking mask.
Oh yeah, places are doing that.
Houston,
well, here's the deal.
Fucking news.
People say, "Oh, Russia's going to make you take a vaccine." Well, guess what? We are here too. And the way they're going to do it is, if you want to go back to school, if you want to go back to school,
it's such bullshit.
You're going to have to take your vaccine. Boom, next generation's all vaccinated.
All fucked up.
And I'm not,
they're in the system.
But that's basically a mandatory vaccination. I mean, that's just the only way to put it. We've still got crazy people out there. The president of the Minneapolis Federal Reserve Bank said this Sunday, that the U.S. should work really hard for a few weeks in order to get control of the coronavirus and create conditions for a more robust economic recovery. All he wants to do is shut it down so they can print even more money and send this fucking thing to the moon.
It's true. It's fucking true.
They just want to print more money, man.
Well, it's such a scam that people don't understand about money.
They're not thinking about the long term, right?
They don't give a short-term thinking.
They're like, fuck it, we're not going to be here. And that's, they have to look at it.
But they don't care either, because the top elite, top 10% are just going to get richer and richer in the next 10 years as everyone else gets poor. And so the money's not worth anything, but they're going to have more of it exponentially than they did, 20 years ago.
No, I mean, I get that, but it's still, that leaves the whole world basically in
shambles. That's why they don't really care. These people don't have countries. They have the really, really rich people. They could have a house in France, a house in Italy.
But it's only going to take so long before the people, retaliate, I feel like. And how you going to
if you're rich, you fly to France, or you aren't seen, or you're
what if they find you? Okay, then you can't live a normal life. I don't know. I'm just saying, eventually, a billion people look, pissed off at you is going to probably come back. Bite you in the ass one way or the other.
Will they though? But technology is so good now. I've been saying this for years, and I haven't finally read someone else say it. Is
a lot of enemies.
Technology is so good now. You can't really, the people can't really overthrow anymore unless you get high level generals involved, because there's too much. They know they can just with the technology. Before, the weapons you had were similar to the weapons the army had. The army just had more numbers and tactics. But now, you can't really. The people really can't rise up, especially with AI
you don't even know who these people are. All we know is who these politicians are. We don't know who the banker is. We don't know who, you know what I mean?
They've limited it. They've done a good job over the past, who knows how many decades, of literally diminishing, I think, the people's rights slowly but surely. You know what I mean?
That's the same thing that's happened with Corona. I'm not saying the U.S. caused the virus, because I don't believe that, but what they do is governments use the virus to take away rights that you actually never get back. It happened with 9/11, as you know, because now they can look into you, or for because of the
Patriot Act.
But they don't give it back after they find Osama and then shoot him in the head. They don't give us back our rights that they took away 5 years ago. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah, exactly. Well, here's what Kashkari said. Okay, when they said you got to be careful about piling on enormous debts for future generations. Now, mind you, this guy is not just nobody. He's the president of the Minnesota branch of the Federal Reserve. So he's not some little small fry. You know what I mean? This is a big,
Economist,
he wields a big
mathematician.
stick. I'm not worried about it. Congress should use this opportunity to support the American people and the American economy. If we get the economy growing, we'll be able to pay off the debt. We
How?
already haven't even paid off the debt on normal times. Like, what are you talking about, Cash? And his name's Kashkari with a K. It's just like
Cash Kari is
he was
his
just
name is Cash.
his
Last name Kari.
born, yeah, just trying to get as much cash as he
Last
can.
name is Kari. Last name is Kari.
Cash Kari, one name. He's like an Arab kind of Indianish. I mean, I don't know what he is, but he's got an Arab look to him. He's got crazy eyes too, by the way.
What? Get out of his eyes, man.
No, you can't. They're huge, man. It looks like he's about to hit me with a laser or something.
Maybe because he wants your money. He's like, you
But
got
I mean,
money?
The chairman, the president of one of our branches, I'm not worried about it. I mean, come on, man. Like, what are you talking about, bro?
Well,
Like,
it's
yeah, we know you're
never
not
in
worried about
history has it worked out good, but like you said, the future generations have to pay, and we're already seeing in our times. I hear young kids say, so my parents' time, pretty much everybody owned a house, and in America, all Americans used to own a house back in the 60s and 50s, but kids today, apparently, they're so jaded with, like you said, debt, and they're already in debt at a young age. College is exponentially more expensive, textbooks, and so anyways, these young kids, even if they go to good colleges and get good degrees, they think things to themselves like, "Oh, I'll never own my own house. Like, I'll just always be a renter the rest of my life." And they, and so they're selling like a subscription based lifestyle to these young people, basically just to live and consume.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that's unheard of. Like, even when we were kids, we still thought we'd own a house. But yeah, apparently, kids who are like 16 these days in high school, they think to themselves, "I'll never." Like, they think their parents had it so much better. Like, "Oh, y'all all had houses and good jobs." Like.
It's fucking true. Like the opportunities, I don't care what anybody says. Like I've heard so much kickback from this shit, but it is the truth. I don't use this shit like as a reason to bitch about it, but it is true that like when my father was like, my age, like, yeah, I mean, he was super successful, but different times, like, yeah, he started this like company, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying it can't be done, but I feel like the percentage of people who are able to do like that has become so smaller due to big business, and things like that. I mean, I don't know how much it's affected. It's just something I thought.
Oh yeah,
that I looked into it.
They used to call it the Walmart effect, but now it's the Amazon effect.
Well, but it's true. I mean, like people, like I look back and think about like my dad and all that. I mean, like like, dude. I mean,
well, look, they claim that back in I think it was like early '60s. If you made minimum wage, it's basically the equivalent of making $100,000 today.
Your buying
power.
Yeah, and people who went to college
for a couple grand, you could buy a house for 20, 30. So making 30 was a big deal because if you could buy a house with 1 year's 1 year, that was a big, most people don't make enough in 1 year to buy a fucking decent home. You know what I mean? That's like 200, 300 grand. That's a very small percentage of the population that makes that kind of money. Back then, it was all attainable, basically, with a normal job. As long as you went to work, you could afford shit. Like, you really could.
Yeah.
Well,
it's true.
That's the scary thing about technology is because as things move faster, the wealth gets concentrated in fewer hands. And that was actually predicted by Karl Marx. And it blows my mind that he was able to see that in the early 1900s. So what he said is, industrialization first brings everybody closer together, which you see at first, because all of a sudden everybody has running water, everybody has heat. So because back in the Roman times, it's like, yeah, rich people had everything and poor people had literally nothing. So all of a sudden everybody has a house over their head, everybody has clothes all of a sudden but then over time, it actually makes the gap bigger. And that's where we're at in these times now with the technology to where, because once you have money of technology, you can literally, like you said, buy up everything, and just keep seeing what's happening, where even people like Rockefeller who were accused of buying up everything, he still had to physically get across on a train. It took like weeks to get over there and to get a message across to, it would take time to write letters and stuff, and so you couldn't buy up everything as fast back then, Well,
I'll tell you what, right now, as far as the currency plays go, you got to think these countries with a lot less debt are going to do really well against the dollar. That doesn't mean it's going to overtake the dollar, but you got to think these plays people are making a lot of money right now. Russia, for example, like we were talking about, America's 120% of GDP, 124. Russia, 13.8, dude. Like, that's very, very low. So they've got a lot of runway. Like they can print off money and kind of boost things for a long time to come before they run into these types of issues. Now they got a lot of other issues. Don't get me wrong, but
Still a communist country, so
you gotta think though that some of these currencies are going to do pretty well over the next year against the American dollar. They're going to gain some ground for sure.
Yeah, without a doubt, there's definitely a
How much
shift
is a
in
Chinese worth to an American dollar over the past several years?
the wealth.
That's a good
Oh,
question.
sorry, my bad. What'd you say, Larry? My bad. What was that?
The Chinese versus the American currency.
Oh, the currency. Like, what is it right now? I don't.
One Chinese yuan is worth, or yuan, however they say, is 14 cents.
What is it typically?
So they've made ground over the last few months, man. So well, no, this chart's a lot more flat. So it looks like valleys and peaks, but it's actually 0.003. So
Pretty minuscule.
Since February, it's pretty much flat. But let me look at like 5 years ago just to get a better idea.
I was gonna say there's gonna be a lapse anyway before that. I think takes a spike.
Yeah, because I mean,
but when it does, that's a terrifying signal.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
well, so the Chinese yuan, it's actually lost value against the dollar over the last 5 years. So it was 16 cents in 2015, August 6th. Today it's worth 14. So it's lost 2 cents over the last 5 years.
That's a significant amount.
But it's really getting flat.
It
was going down pretty steady. Now it's getting very flat, and you might start seeing it go the other direction.
Because they were spending so much money in the early 2000s, they basically caught up to America's super cities within 10, 15 years.
Yeah, no, you're exactly right.
Yeah,
and they lie about so much shit. I wonder how people even know how to gauge it sometimes on some of that.
It's so
and they built
true,
fake
man.
cities just to boost their GDP. It's like,
yeah,
you can't
there's
trust
empty
any
cities.
numbers.
Man, that's so crazy. There's literally empty cities.
COVID numbers are so
low.
I mean, like they just stopped reporting at one point. It's like, okay, I mean, you don't see it there. It's like, I mean, that to me was just like, well.
But it's also believable though, because they will lock your whole apartment building in their houses, and so I could see why their COVID. I thought they were lying about their COVID numbers, but it's also kind of believable too.
Yeah, I mean,
but it's also breaking out there. It's all breaking out everywhere else again. Everywhere else, once they open up again, it just breaks out again. That's what people don't seem to understand. It all started with one person. So as long as there's one person in your country that has it, it spreads again every time until people are immune to it.
I don't know how much you guys have looked into it, but I mean, I've done a decent amount of looking into stuff. And there's a number. There's something called an R naught. That's the number basically of how they measure how quickly
it spreads. Yeah,
how it spreads. And this has an R naught. I think it's R naught, which is a little zero or whatever. I think it's
it's 6 or something.
Don't quote me on this. It's pretty low compared to other deadly viruses that we know about or we've dealt with in the past, HIV. They were doing a comparison, here's what HIV is at, here's what this is at, and some of these were super deadly, but yet they were less contagious. If you look at it on a graph, right? You have deadly and contagious, as the y-axis, deadly is X or flip.
So the Black Plague would be way deadly and way contagious.
Yeah, so the Black Plague, they talked about that. The Black Plague is super deadly, but it's also very contagious, but it's so deadly. And this is kind of the interesting part, I thought. It's so deadly that it basically, it kills the host so quickly. It
Ebola,
can't spread.
Ebola.
Viruses, yeah, exactly. So viruses, this is a perfect storm, supposedly.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
It doesn't kill everybody,
but it could hurt.
But that's what they like. That's what these viruses like. They like to attach to hosts. They're going to keep them alive.
And so over 10 years, this could be even more horrible because it might not kill everyone at once, but if it just keeps coming back, some people might not survive the second time they get it, or the third time they get it.
Yeah, exactly. And that is just looking at history. I mean, it's happened once. I mean, obviously that shit could happen again, right? So, I mean, it's just, it is a crazy thing to just wrap around your head and think about and like look at history. And
Yeah,
think, what
I
the
think if
fuck?
it killed more like 5 to 10%, and had the same contagion.
Well, that's what I was trying to say though when I was saying the 1918 flu.
It killed
Or
10% of the world
I think
population.
it was between 5 and 10%, and at that time, I think that equated to like
Well,
10 million, 50
you have to
million.
take
It's
into account that was also on the break of a world war that famished
Yeah.
economies and crops and everything. So people would have been less healthy anyways. A lot of people probably,
well, I
wouldn't
know
have been.
those numbers. Are
And then the
higher
Roaring
because
Twenties happened right after.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's what's interesting is after all those people died from the greatest war ever at
Yeah.
the time, and then
The
also the
economy
sickness,
is not
all of a sudden there's more around for everybody who's left alive. It's like, oh, well, we're still alive, so there's more shit for us now. There's land. All of a sudden there's land galore.
peasants, or that's what they said in this what I watched, but like the peasants, like even this is seen through history. Supposedly, when these like type of things happen, like the lower class, the peasants, as they refer to, they like that economy surges.
Because
and then
they
like
get
there's
jobs, they get opportunities they wouldn't have had before.
World War One with the Roaring Twenties. It definitely played a huge effect in it. I watched.
That's why this one's going to be even more devastating to economy too. Is like you said, if it just killed everyone real quick, real badly, then all of a sudden the people who stay alive can step into those jobs and have more for them. And then like we have kids, our kids can be rich because it's like also there's more left for us behind. But if it's just making us to where we can't work and it's just happening for 10 years or like 5 years or whatever, you're not going to lead to a Roaring Twenties after this is better,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Here, I want to read the top 10. I hate to keep going back to the same thing. It's like people got to understand this shit. I got to, because look, I want to read the countries, okay, that have the national debt to GDP ratios, above us, okay, and then we'll get to us, and we can be like, damn, that doesn't sound good. So you got Japan, which has been, like I said, one of the most languishing first world nations for over a decade now. 237. I won't go through each number, but they start the list at 237%. So like I said, they're kind of fucked. And this is like right before Corona, so these numbers are a little lower. But Japan, Venezuela, Sudan, Greece, Lebanon, Italy, Eritrea, Cape Verde, Mozambique, Portugal, Barbados, Singapore, and the United States. I mean, that doesn't sound like a list of countries that you want to be right with, does it?
Singapore is
the
one of
closest country that I was going to say Singapore and like Italy. I was like, wow.
Well, Italy has a terrible economy. Singapore though, but see, the thing is, they spent a ton of money to grow their GDP to what it is today.
Singapore's been propped up.
Like they're new, but they're new, like to the scene. So they've probably spent a ton of money on infrastructure and things that are actually setting them up for the future. You know what I mean? Whereas our infrastructure
Italy
sucks.
doesn't.
We need to spend trillions of dollars just on bridges, roads, and fucking fiber optic cable and all kind of shit. So,
and Japan's still paying off shit from World War II.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
So I mean, that list for the most part is the shit. Is like the who's who of shit shows. Venezuela could fucking crumble at any time. What about Sudan? I mean,
crumbled at this point.
Greece, you're talking about. Everyone's always talking about, is Greece going to default on their debt? Are they going to go broke? Are they going to take down the whole EU with them? I mean, we're not far from these countries, man.
I wonder London or England decided to bounce.
What's that?
No wonder England decided to bounce through the Brexit shit.
Yeah, man. I truly think they're smart to Brexit. They never should have got in it, is the main thing. But
because they still use their currency anyway the entire time. So
yeah,
what was the point? Was that just for
so you could travel and move goods, trade?
They were supposed to, eventually shift, but the British people, I think, kind of smartened up and were like, well, why the fuck do we want to get in on all this bullshit going on, man? I don't want to prop up Greece. I don't want to prop up Italy. I don't want to.
Well, what about Germany? They're the richer.
They're the ones propping everybody up.
They're richer, arguably, than Britain maybe these days. In the past, like they've really built themselves
up. They're getting fucked.
But they also get the most benefits from the. So yeah, they are getting fucked by it the hardest, but they also get, when things come around, the most money goes to them.
Well, if things come around, but ship sinks, they're gonna be the most fucked.
So what do you say, fire? But you say for your ass.
Dude, I got that from you, man.
I'm not just joking. You say fire in all caps, FYA, and so acronym.
You used to put the whatever the fuck. I was trying to do that shit.
Well,
Yeah, hot fire, hot
like
fire.
Dylon.
He do be saying that.
So
yeah, you were saying that shit. You were saying hot fire at one point, and I just like associated that with.
for your
But you said
ass.
for your ass. I started laughing. I was like,
That's been my attitude in general. Every time I do something good, that's just for your ass. Take it or don't take it. I don't care. Hey, but while we were talking about money earlier, so check this out. I was looking up self-made female billionaires in the world. Out of the top 10 self-made billionaires, 9 of them come from China.
so 90%.
9 out of 10. And, okay, check this out. In 2019, there were only 11 self-made billionaires, female billionaires in the world. By 2020, there's 200 self-made billionaires in the world. That's crazy increase in 1 year. 19 to 200.
Wow.
So just shout out to
that's
women. These are different times. Women used to have to lead.
1,000%. It's 1,000% gain, isn't it?
Some real gainers, man.
That's a big gain, bro.
Yeah, so shout out to women. They used to have to lead with the invisible hand and basically get men to do their deeds. So they've always been powerful. They used to have to use, like, make the men thinking they were, when they're really leading the man. But now they can do it on their own. They don't need to use the invisible hand no more. So big ups. Big pussy power.
Pussy power.
Yeah, you know, they run the households. Maybe they'll start bringing some of this debt down. I mean, this shit is.
Women are more fiscal. It's actually been proven. Yeah.
Yeah.
In ancient Japan, it was considered, and in also Western Europe in the medieval time, it was considered unmanly to talk about business or finances. So a lot of men wouldn't work in these noble houses. They would just spend all the money and go broke. So it's the woman's job not only to take care of the kids and stuff, they had to overlook all the finances and make sure that their stupid noble husband didn't spend money on all the parties and clothes because it was considered unmanly to pay attention to finances in that era. And so, yeah, women, they could be fiscally responsive, man. They got.
He goes, what is this receipt for 20 pence at the brothel? You once a month. You can't go 3 times a month.
And I guess women are more fiscally responsible because it's in their DNA to have enough energy to look after the baby. So then they're more, if they have a family,
Yeah. I mean, here's the quote of the day. Here's the quote of the day. I think, and it's they that can give up essential liberty to obtain a little temporary safety deserve neither liberty nor safety.
Is that Benjamin Franklin? No. Thomas Edison.
B. Franklin, baby.
B. Franklin,
man.
I'll be with Ben Franklin so much he's starting to look like me.
His reggae name is Benjamin Franklin.
So Ben Franklin didn't like Alexander Hamilton at all. And Alexander Hamilton had a lot to prove. He was a real smart dude, a chip on his shoulder. And so I'm going to say fuck Alexander Hamilton. I know the play's a sensation, but he created the Federal Reserve Bank. And I know he didn't build it to the beast it is today and get it off the gold silver standard. It was Nixon who took it off the silver standard. But I'm going to say fuck Nixon.
But that
Nixon
German
was the
family
worst,
owns that shit.
And fuck Alexander
Rothschilds.
Hamilton.
I thought wait, what? Alexander Hamilton
Rothschilds.
made the what?
The Federal Reserve Bank, dog. I thought you just said all that.
But that's not true.
Then go watch the play.
That's what it taught you.
What's the name of the?
That's why they hated him. That's why Ben Franklin hated him, because he pushed all the legislation. And then later, Ben Franklin couldn't undo it when he became president because he said, damn, this guy was a genius. Now that he's created this monster, he goes, I can't undo it, because he became president after kind of piggybacking off dissing all them. And a lot of people don't. But anyways, yeah. So, but it really got out of control, like you said, when they took us off the silver standard. So mainly fuck Nixon, man. Took us off the silver standard.
Well,
and the reason-
honestly, it's fuck Woodrow Wilson, because he started the actual Fed. Like,
Is that when we made the switch to the quote unquote petrodollar?
well, Woodrow Wilson started the Federal Reserve in 1918 on some shady shit. Like everyone was on vacation and they like took a vote like right before Christmas or some crazy shit with like 60% of the people there to vote, and got that shit passed through. And I think that's a big reason why you see Andrew Jackson hated on so much, because he hated all these fucking bankers, and they don't want
that's why he was
anybody
cool.
talking good about him. They
Yeah.
just want you to think he was
Yeah,
like a
because he's
racist asshole.
taking, they're taking a percentage of profit, and he's like, "Fuck that."
He was also one of the
shit,
most
man.
hated presidents during his time, and yeah, like you said, it's mainly because he went against the bankers, and so they have so much power they can put out. They could know people in newspaper and all kind of stuff.
Yeah, well, Washington signed Hamilton's bank charter thing, so maybe Washington.
They
You
were
know,
in it together.
he was washing tons of money.
Well, apparently, Hamilton was a genius.
Washingtons.
Oh, Washington grew weed, man. One of his nicknames was Ganja George.
Nice.
Really? Ganja George.
Hey, a lot of our forefathers.
I like that one. I like the Ganja George.
I didn't know
man.
they called
GG.
weed ganja all the way back in like 2017.
And apparently
91,
Samuel
man.
Adams is one of a really cool G too, man.
Yeah, he loved drinking beer, right?
That's fucking great, man. That's awesome. That just Ganja George just sounds so good. I don't know why. Those funny ass names,
They won't teach you that in school, that's for sure.
He was washing
Yeah, you gotta
tons
be-
of hash.
Gotta be unique. Yeah, I like that too. The Washingtons.
Washing tons of hash, man. Just water.
It's
and
got two new
streams.
things I can say now.
Yeah, man.
It's not like I go out or see anybody anyway these days. It's fucking bars closed, restaurants you can't go inside. It's like this is the new world, bro.
Yeah, man.
I hate it.
Washington he said, make the most of the Indian hemp seed and sow it everywhere.
Yeah. Because he knew back then, people don't
Hey,
know about the
fuck.
politics of a lot of drugs. It's all business, but old timers, so this blows my mind. Old timers from like the 60s, like they make so that
Back when
When I
a
was a
dime
kid-
sack cost a dime.
yeah, you might hear an old man like when I was a kid, you won't hear it anymore, but they would have said like, smoking that rope. Because they thought swag smelled like burnt rope. And the reason why is because hemp made everything back in the day. Paper, ropes, and so all the
So it
ropes.
smelled like it.
So
all,
yeah,
yeah.
so it was, I'm not talking about dank weed like we smoke tape. I'm talking about like just regular swag weed.
Today's shit looks like a candy with crystals on it.
It smells
dude.
like
It's
skunk
insane.
now. Yeah, it's totally different. It smells
Yeah,
like
it's
skunk
like
today.
what the fuck?
But so maybe in Washington's day you would have made your clothes out of it. You could have used the oils for all kind of shit. You could make money out of it. Like you could do everything with it.
Yeah, TJ Thomas Jefferson said,
TJ.
hemp is a first necessity to the wealth and protection of the country.
Boom. See?
The first, not second,
First.
not third, first,
Yeah.
man. Even before Schlott and Schlong, it was hemp, bro.
You got to protect your hemp seeds. I mean, imagine if we were savage men back then. We all had our little plot of land. Like way back then, like thousands, like before civilizations, like just tribal. You would have had some little hemp seeds in your little spot, and you would have been gardening it with your club, man, protecting your hemp.
I was
Protecting
looking
your
up these
hemp,
weed
bro.
quotes from these founding fathers, and then for some reason, completely unrelated, it pops up this George Carlin. Life's not that complicated. You get up, you go to work, eat 3 meals, you take one good shit, and you go back to bed. What's the fucking mystery?
No, dude, I've used
What?
some of his his late, like before he passed, like his like latest stand-ups, like as he was like maybe like the one he did right before he died. I think it was 10 years ago or some shit like that.
Yeah,
It's fucking classic.
Yeah,
dude.
it
It's great. I mean, it's just an old dude, and he's just just schooling everybody. It's fucking awesome. It never gets old to me just because it's like he just doesn't give a fuck.
That's what's.
He doesn't give a fuck.
That's why it's
Yeah.
good. Anon or QAnon killed people like him and Pimp C, because if they were still alive today, they would just be like, you see, they'd be talking so much shit.
yeah, man.
Ah, man.
So I didn't
Pimp
realize
C,
this.
dude.
I didn't realize that Jimmy Carter, along with his efforts to legalize marijuana, you don't hear that about Jimmy Carter. You only hear about how Jimmy Carter was like not a good, kind of like didn't get anything done. I guess because he was high all the time. Because Jimmy Carter, he had efforts to legalize marijuana, and it's also rumored that Carter hosted many marijuana smoke-filled events at the White House.
Hell yeah.
People were chiefing at the White House.
During Kennedy's time, too.
What? That's
Kennedy
And then-
smoked for his issues.
Yeah, his cataracts, and then and then Obama, man. At least he said, he was kind of making fun of Clinton. He goes, "I inhaled frequently. That was the point." Which is like, yeah, man. Like, don't say you smoked weed
2020.
you didn't inhale, or
Well, then we moved back.
yeah, I
to
just
with
took a
Trump.
drug of it.
You're right, man. I thought that was crazy.
Okay.
The Obama first president couldn't have said that even like a few years before Obama. And now Trump's back again because he says he's never drunk alcohol or done drugs in his life. So it's like, oh, we're
Yeah,
back.
and then George Bush had the biggest stoner answer I've heard. If you actually think about what he said, he goes,
Bush Senior.
But Bush Jr. He publicly
Jr.
refused to answer if he had ever smoked cannabis. He was when asked about being refusing to talk about it, he goes, because I don't want some little kid doing what I tried. So basically, he just admitted that he smoked.
Seriously, that's on the record.
He's just a cool guy. I mean, you gotta love Trump, a junior.
I don't want to talk
Oh,
about
man,
how I
he's
never
a-
smoked weed. I mean, I don't want some
God,
kid
man.
doing what I was up to. Like, wait, so you did smoke?
like a
Wait, that's on the record. You can look it up.
Yeah, he goes. He was later caught saying he refused to talk about it because I don't want some little kid doing what I tried.
Oh, good. Yeah, you know what? Like looking back on it, you see some of the shit he said on TV. It's so it's like I don't know. I can't even comprehend how you could be so bad.
Well, yeah,
It's and Trump is really bad. Trump is bad.
Well, Trump's-
he's like bad in a different way.
it's
Like
way
Bush
different
was
with
just
Trump,
like
yeah.
dumb.
Yeah,
He's
exactly.
Just ignorantly dumb.
Well, it's like
I
a
guess. I don't know.
kid. It's like a kid. It's like he's like a harmless kid. He's just it's like he's not trying to be like Trump's different. He's like, yeah, you know,
Yeah, he's
Bush
making-
Bush
he's-
is like a
he's
kid. It
great
was
in
Y'all talking
hilarious.
about the decider?
Who's the decider? Bush?
But, yeah, you don't remember that during that one press? He's like, I'm the decider.
Man, he's
because
so cool.
They were giving him shit, I guess, about like if he's actually making decisions, and then he's, I'm the decider. Okay, I'm like basically like he makes the decisions. It's like, no, you don't.
Instead of
When did they
Cheney.
call him out? When did they call his ass out on that?
Let me go back to the Bush decider.
Oh, yeah, I think it's got to be like what, at least mid 2000s.
Because
Like,
I'm
you
the
know, like-
decider, and I decide what is best. It was in some press conference.
Man, he was so funny.
I think I remember seeing that, but it's just like after all these years. it's
Remember
like,
after he
fuck.
left the final summit, the EU summit, it was his because he knew it was his last time in office. He goes, "And peace out from America, the world's biggest polluter," and then he deuced him out.
Wait, he said that? No, I didn't see. I don't think I've seen that.
My favorite one is
Yeah.
"Fool me once, shame on
Oh, that's
you.
Okay.
the best.
Fool
that
me,
one. Yeah.
you can't get fooled again."
Yeah, I've seen that one. It's fucking
But he
great.
pauses and he thinks he's got.
Yeah, he said it so good, man.
No, he goes, "Fool me twice, won't get fooled again."
Yeah.
The Who. He flashed back to college in his head. And he was smoking weed in some dorm room, and something happened. Like some fool gave him a fake stash of coke or something. And the Who song was playing in the background. Won't get fooled again.
He
He
goes, some folks look at me and see
So
a
good.
certain swagger, which in Texas is called walking. Nice Texas quote.
Nice.
Oh man, Bush.
So, who's y'all's favorite forefather? Go.
Oh man, I don't know. I've actually never thought about
And it's
that.
okay if they
I'd
had
say
slaves.
Benjamin
Everybody wants to hate
Franklin.
now.
I'd say
Big fan?
Franklin.
Yeah, he was the coolest. Yeah, he did it all.
I mean, yeah.
Guess you're right. He partied, and he was known for being the
Forgot all
partiest, the most party hardy. They loved him in France, dude. He was the talk of the town.
I mean, they put him on the hundo for a reason, you know.
Yeah, I mean, he won the war for us.
Is that why? Is that why
his
he's
own
on
way.
the Honda? He's the biggest
Yeah.
bomb.
Yeah, and he wasn't even president, man.
He
They
was-
call him dead presidents. He's on the number one, and he ain't even.
No.
He's on the big dog
crazy.
hundo, and he ain't even a dead president.
What was his like official title?
Everything.
I guess from a legal standpoint. I don't
when
even know what
we
to
were
call
at
it.
war, he
Yeah,
was our
it's so long.
diplomat to France, and so he was the one living in France while George Washington was over here fighting. That was getting us all the aid, basically talking to rich people in France and royalty and stuff to get our aid. Because that's what people don't really talk about is the reason
So,
we won
like,
that
is
war
that
against.
treason? Like, what do they call that?
Well, he's been everything, dude. He's probably had all kind of positions throughout his career. He was.
He was postmaster.
I mean, they
He was
never.
postmaster
They
at
couldn't
some
have ever
point, man.
charged
He was
him
just
with
an
treason.
all
He's not
around
100.
G, man. He was like if he was. He must have been. That's a good question, man. Like, was he ever like a fucking?
I'm curious. I mean, like he had to have been something to be on the $100.
He was all
right?
kinds of. I'm sure he
And
was
still be on
treasurer.
$100.
He did.
He was a
He just was-
writer,
he just
a
was never
printer,
president.
a political philosopher, politician. He was a politician.
Did he run?
Freemason,
Did he run?
postmaster, scientist, inventor. He was a humorist, civic activist, statesman, and diplomat. So the guy just basically did it all.
He's a jack of all trades.
Yeah.
So the
Sounds
reason
like.
well,
But did he ever run for president?
I thought he did try after, but I guess he did.
I don't
thought
know.
After
I'm
Hamilton,
asking,
not after
I don't
Hamilton, but after George Bush, they wanted him to be the second one, but I guess
So
he
he never
turned it
even
down or did something
never
else
even
instead.
ran it.
I'm trying to see.
I mean, I feel like it's one thing if he ran, but man, if he didn't even run and he's like, I mean, that's
You guys have
Shit.
inspired
I
me.
didn't
I'm gonna read a Benjamin Franklin biography. I think he might even had an auto bio.
he's got Tuo's got a whole new book.
Well, Benjamin
I
Franklin was
do.
just an interesting guy. I mean, he even has theories on farts, on fart
Yeah, he
etiquette,
does.
dating, on everything, how to court multiple
Really?
women.
Yeah, he does. He does.
Have you been reading his shit?
No, we did an episode on fart etiquette, and yeah, he has like more fart.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He has more fart
I heard
quotes
that
than
one.
like anybody. Benjamin Franklin has an auto bio, so I'm gonna read that first to get it straight from B Frank, because you know he's gonna be frank about it, and then
Be Frank. He's gonna be Frank. That's awesome.
Beans and Franks, and then I'm gonna go, and then I'm gonna read like some dope historians take on it all, but first you want to get it straight from.
Or it'd be even better if for your second one you could read a novel, historical novel.
Just sit right back and we're gonna tell you a tale of the something of the Corona shit. Remember that one?
Yeah.
Oh, it's the fucking best, bro. Can't wait for fucking volume 2 on that shit when the next outbreak happens.
Yeah, yeah. What are some of Benjamin? Yeah, but you didn't know Ben Franklin, man. Oh yeah, he was always like perplexed how technology would move so fast, but you could never. There was never like a pill to make your fart smell like good.
Yeah, he was like, "How far have we really gone?"
Yeah, he's like we've
past
never
2,000
done
years.
shit. Yeah,
He's like, they should have a pill you take to maybe make it smell good. That way you don't have to like be embarrassed. Because he said it was unhealthy and uncomfortable to hold your farts in, but then it's not like pleasant either or polite
yeah, exactly.
by society.
Exactly.
By
Yeah,
society.
Yeah, like he knew, man.
He wasn't advising you to go around farting, okay? He wasn't advising you to try to build up farts, but he was saying if you have to, let it out. Feel no shame.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he says holding them in like causes all sorts of what did he call it?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, all
Bad
sorts
humors.
of health problems. Yeah, bad humors and just
Bad humors. I love like the way people talk back in the day,
yeah, man.
It's so proper.
Yeah,
Such a proper way to speak.
which was better because then when
Yeah.
and he wrote a book called Fart Proudly, by the way.
Really?
An essay,
Fart Proudly?
An essay about flatulence written by Benjamin Franklin, 1781. While he was
Dude,
living
yeah, you
abroad,
ain't
as
kidding. This guy is a fucking
Why was in
interesting
France?
dude.
while he was living abroad, as the ambassador to France.
Because they probably fart so much in France because they were eating all the time and drinking champagne because they were so rich. They were like one of the richest since they're farting all the time.
You know what it was? Is they were probably too proper.
The
Though.
champagne,
They were
baby.
probably too proper to just be letting them rip at the
No,
party.
French
and he
are
was
not
like,
proper. They stink. They just put on a bunch of cologne. They were the ones who invented
oh,
cologne.
back then, they're
Like, they don't wear deodorant.
High society. You're right. High society.
yeah, the high society. They were like,
And that's probably why they loved me farting in some of those like high society women who've been rich for generations. And they just started laughing so hard because gentlemen had never farted for them. Most gentlemen had to court them.
When you hear people say the oldest joke in the book, I had the thought the other day, the oldest joke in the book is a fart.
I've never heard anybody say the oldest joke in the book. What do you mean?
I mean, that's just an old saying. I know what he's talking
The oldest
about.
trick in the book is the
I
saying
haven't heard
I've
it.
heard. I've never heard
I
anybody.
mean, the oldest trick in the book. Yeah.
He said,
But I think that's used.
He said
it's
you know
used-
when you hear people say the oldest joke in the book. No, I don't know.
Okay,
When
well,
I-
either way, the point remains. The
I feel like
oldest
that is
joke
used
in the
across the
world
board.
is a fart.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah,
Before
imagine
language.
Well, imagine
Some
if you're about to
caveman
like have a
burp,
standoff with someone before language, and all of a sudden then it's a tense moment. Neither one of y'all really wants to, but you haven't known how to communicate. And all of a sudden you fart, maybe you laugh, and once someone smiles, it's like, oh, I can tense and can loosen up immediately. First, your butt loosens. That's what the gays knew that straights still haven't got a hold of. Is first the butt loosens, then the mind. When you get uptight, the first thing to tighten, in danger, the first thing to tighten is always the anus, okay? And mine is so tight, that's why I go everywhere always on like high alert. Mine is like a noose, that's why I call it the anus.
The anus.
So yeah, when you get calm, when you get home and relax after a hard day, the first thing when you kick your feet up to loosen up is the anus.
I'm surprised nobody's like made a religion out of farts yet. I mean, look at Benjamin Franklin was the closest thing we've got. He goes, this is another quote.
Man.
He goes, fart for freedom, fart for liberty, and fart proudly.
Sorry. And we live by that. He's on the $100 bill. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, man, this guy's a G guy.
You know, like I'm just man. I feel like there's such more of a story to it. The fact that he's on the $100 bill, just and with everything I've just heard, just intrigues me to know more about this motherfucker. You know?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna order his. I'm gonna order his auto bio.
Good idea.
As soon as we get off.
Also,
here,
guys, if you're a reader out there, get the Benjamin Franklin auto bio, but also get the Ho Chi Minh, which I haven't done, but I need to do too.
The Ho Chi Minh,
because he's one of the most interesting men ever of our current era. Maybe the most interesting man of the current era. Honestly.
Yeah, Ho Chi Minh.
Yeah, I don't know.
He was the real deal. He's the
real
real deal. Highly educated, but he wanted the best thing for his people, and he went and lived, back with his people, man, and didn't ever want it for his power, for personal gain. Yeah, he got educated in the Western world. He was like had a good education, rich family, but then came back and fought the fight and freed the Vietnamese people.
Was that like taking place during Vietnam?
Yeah, he was the leader of the North Vietnamese army, and he was just like,
okay.
He actually seems to be a forget if you don't, communism, forget all that. He actually seemed like he was just like a man of the people. The
real deal.
He got down in the dirt with his folks. He just wore sandals. He wore like a very just basic outfit and wore these sandals and just a master of guerrilla warfare, basically. I mean, the guy was just unstoppable.
He wasn't a flashy dude.
And people don't realize, like, the Chinese didn't like him. He really had no friends.
He didn't have any supply lines. Yeah.
He had no friends, man. The guy had no friends.
Nothing but their own brain and community, basically.
They said that these dudes were, like, taking down telephone poles and, like, shooting rockets out of those. Like, the dude was, like, they would just use anything and everything, man.
Like shooting rockets out of those. What do you mean?
Out of, like, telephone poles, like old Russian equipment. They just, like... I'm just saying, like they just didn't even have like equipment. You know what I mean? Like they were just making it happen, basically.
Yeah,
like your MacGyver stoner.
Yeah, like if you. I was reading this book called The Eye of the Dragon. Yeah, MacGyver's.
MacGruber. Was that movie called MacGruber?
Yeah, he's like Ho Chi, we've got all these rockets, but we have no way to shoot them. He goes, give me a telephone pole, coat hanger, and a lighter.
But Ho Chi, we don't have a coat hanger.
And the guy looks at him crazy. He goes, trust me, dude, I've made bazookas with less.
The Ho Chi Minh, man.
Yeah. Oh, and I want to read a book on the original Tesla too, because I know a lot about him, more than most people, but I've never actually read a book on him, and he was like the most interesting dude of his time, who was not really that famous as he should have been.
Did he have an auto bio?
I doubt it. He has lots of quotes.
He does. My Inventions, an autobiography.
I was gonna say he has to have something written down. Yeah, that dude is.
He wrote
always right.
He himself. Tesla tells of his greatest inventions, but the greatest of all in my mind is the one that is ubiquitous in modern machinery. So yeah, he that's probably an interesting book, man. It's probably a good one too. I might get on a little biography kick, man, for a little while here.
Yeah, man. You learn through history. Like I think looking at some of these people's past, it's like some way a gateway to being successful in the future. I don't know. Yeah, it's true. Like they figure something out. I don't know. It's crazy.
No, you're right. And Tesla, there's so much lore around them. It's hard to like separate fact from fiction.
It's like they leave a message. I don't know. I feel like Tesla's the type of person that wasn't going to go out with making sure his beliefs were getting somewhat spread out there, right?
At the end, the government
people hated on him so much.
Yeah, at the end, the government, they basically walled him in his last couple of years.
How did they get his info? How did they get all the info eventually? And
because Thomas Edison controlled all the money and business, so he always kept his shit, like would buy his shit out or squash it. But then a lot of the government could straight up.
He did a famous experiment when he like killed an elephant with AC current, like in front of a huge crowd of people in like New York or something. Because Tesla was hot on the AC electricity,
Right.
and Edison was all about the direct current DC. And
Right.
so he like killed an elephant like in front of a big room with like AC current, just to like show people how it was like dangerous and bad, and like
How
he
powerful.
would just do whatever he could to like
Destructive.
discredit him and make like him sound like he was just like a dangerous lunatic, basically.
Yeah, Edison. That's what people don't know about Edison. He wasn't actually an inventor. He was actually a bad dude. He was just straight up a businessman. And so Tesla never got to. Tesla was actually apparently a benevolent dude who actually wanted to help Earth, and that's why he never really did get in this world, because his heart was too much romantic. Not cutthroat enough, and so the real cutthroat like Edison basically just bought out all his shit and never saw the light of day, because Edison wanted to give us a form of energy that's not efficient. That way, we're hooked like drug dealers, because with the DC current, it loses so much and it can't be stored, and so when it gets to our house, we've already lost 80%, and so you need it every month. So it's basically like being on drugs. You have to every month. I need more. Hook me up with more energy. I need more. And so that's what Edison
We
bought.
still do that, though,
What's that?
We still do that.
That's what I'm saying. That's what's crazy. We still use the same technology Edison invented that wasn't even efficient back then. The same grids that Edison invented, the same shit. Because the reason.
Oh yeah, I didn't know you were driving it. Okay, now I'm following you.
Yeah, but Tesla, man, apparently his last couple years, the government actually straight up, like, they wanted his ideas. And so he was in a hotel room. He was completely broke his last year of his life. No friends, no family. He was still pretty healthy mentally, his mind and his body. Then the government put him in a hotel room, and basically, I think they basically killed him one day. The theory is they killed him one day and made it look like a suicide or death, and they took some of his last documents they've been working on, like his last math notes or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So the last year of his life is kind of sad. He was like one of the most famous men at one point, really a true inventor. The last year of his life, he died alone in a hotel room. And they did put him up in the nicest hotel, but basically the government, he was railroaded so hard by the government and Thomas Edison, he couldn't have any money at the end of his life. So the government paid for his bills and put him up in the nicest hotel in New York, but also he was like their slave, basically, like just living in a hotel room,
Yeah.
Sucks.
Fuck.
That's why it's so cool that the new Elon Musk made him famous again, because I consider myself well-read, but he's not taught about in our schools. I would have never known about Tesla if Elon Musk hadn't brought him back to the forefront. I would have never known.
I think a lot of people would be in the same boat. To be honest with you, a lot of people probably would have no fucking clue.
Yeah. Like the movie The Prestige reminds me of Tesla too, where they zap you. Like that was the kind of technology he claimed he could invent that some conspiracy theorists claim that we're never able to see the light of day.
Was that Houdini too, or was that I can't remember? Is that a different movie? I know which movie you're talking about.
It was one year, The Illusionist and The Prestige. That was a good year, man. Those are groovy. Those are groovy times, man. I was just starting to get laid, but I was smoking the strong ganja.
Yeah, that was a while back too.
Which one was the one with Jessica Biel in it?
The Illusionist.
Well, it was a good movie, but the one thing that pissed me off was like, why are you going to put her in a movie if you're not going to show that booty a little bit?
I knew it. You just want to talk about the booty. I knew it.
I knew you were going to say that. Yeah, man. Her and there was the other Jessica. They were like the same era. Jessica was it Jessica Alba?
I was about to.
Yeah.
It's like
for me back then there was no contest. Beal was the winner of that standoff.
Her butt was ridiculous.
Yeah, Beal and Alba, honestly, to me both were I was like, I don't know. I'd pick any of them. Either one.
Yeah.
But Alba, the rumor is Alba has the Jeter strain, so you better go with Beal because Justin Timberlake keeps him clean.
Yeah, that Jeter strain it's bad, man.
It's evolved too. Yeah, it's the new Herbert strain
man.
too.
Oh, you know what? Speaking of sports, let's fucking just talk about that for a second, and we can end it or something. The
Rockets, man. They almost choked last night.
Yeah, sports are back,
baby.
Yeah, you talking about on Friday night when they played the Mavericks?
No, last night.
Oh, wait, was that last night? They played the Mavericks last night?
Milwaukee.
Oh, Milwaukee. Oh, yeah, they had two crazy games. The same thing with Dallas. I guess that was over the weekend. I don't know. It was a really
crazy overtime comeback.
Yeah, but I'm just saying we were down the whole game.
Yeah, for Dallas.
The Milwaukee game was pretty close too because the Rockets were up, and then we kind of started choking, went on a dry spell, and then Milwaukee got up, and then man, we just played some clamp down defense for the last 50 seconds and fucking won that game, dude. It was pretty cool.
It was really good, and You know, it's crazy. What do y'all think about the bubble? I think it's pretty fucking cool. I mean, I think they're doing it right.
That's what I was gonna say. This is showing.
It's
Well, I
great.
watch sports and I used to love football more, but if you've seen the timeline of basketball's expansion, when David Stern started running it so good, like it's been run so much better than football and baseball for the past 20 years, but especially the past 10 years, even the past 5 years, that this is going to prove it even again, because when baseball has to shut down in like a month, once it keeps spreading through all the teams, and then football tries to reopen, then like they're going to have all these problems. The NBA might actually, like, I don't know what's going to happen, but it might actually finish out the rest of their season in this bubble.
When it's the best sport.
They are finishing this season in the bubble.
No, he's saying like they're not going to have any problems probably. And like if you think about it, it's like
they keep them in there. Like you can't.
Other teams are at a much bigger disadvantage too. I mean, basketball you only need 12 dudes or whatever it is, and you don't even really need all of them. The only thing that was annoying to me about the basketball is like why do we need fans' faces on these screens? I know it's like not a big deal, but it's like get rid of that shit. And then
they're not gonna. They're gonna.
And then some of the coaches are wearing fucking masks, and they take them off like every 10 seconds to yell at the refs. And I know
it's like, you know what? It's definitely the NBA makes them do it for sure.
I know, but it even makes it more aggressive when you take your mask off to yell at a referee. It's like, wow, man, like he's really.
Let me have it.
Let me take my mask off real quick.
He's like, I'm pointing this Rona at you. I don't give a shit about you right now, Doc. You pissed me off, man.
Spittle.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Yeah, that whole Marlins thing, you know, when they right when the MLB first weekend, the Marlins, one of the only teams that had zero, no players to test positive for COVID, and then they start the season. I think was it 2 days? 14 Marlins players, I think, tested positive for COVID. And then they had to stop because they played the Yankees, I think, or it was the Phillies, whatever. And so then they had to stop every Phillies game. And I think they also had to stop a Yankees game because I think the Phillies played the Yankees before they caught wind of this shit. It was something like that. It was crazy. And so I was like, oh shit, it's not gonna happen. There's
NBA's
too fast. That is too quick. It's like holy shit.
What's y'all's theory on why these players are scoring more points right now? You think it's crowd noise? You think it's just
I think it's because they're playing at practice. That's what I was saying that the other day. I was like, why?
I would think at that level,
the justification
more zoned in. I mean, you think maybe it's just because they're not partying and having to fly, and
they're not playing as much D right now.
A lot of that might just come into effect in general.
They're not playing D. They're trying to social distance while they play.
Well, it's a fast pace. They're playing a more fast paced game. Less D, more about scoring. It's just a mentality.
Get that nigga out.
Most people don't do both anymore. A lot of people might really think their energy. All right, well, they play medium D, but all right, I'm gonna put my energy into scoring after they just scored. That type of mentality.
But why would that change?
Oh, because they've had more time off, so they're more rested. So they're gonna be more like they already are. And so if you're more of someone who wants to just score tons of points, you're gonna be able to do more of that.
Huh.
It was already leaning towards that, not as D's not as glorified, even though it should be. But they're just.
I mean, but it's a significant jump though. I was like, it's got to be.
They're excited.
Yeah, I feel like when they do maybe it's scrimmages in practice, their scoring ratio is higher. That was my thought. It's like maybe it's just they're at practice. I don't fucking know, because it's almost like being in a gym. You can hear their fucking shoes.
They're just full of energy, and the D hasn't picked up yet, man. The D's gonna lock down when playoffs start, man. It always does.
Yeah,
it's adjustments.
They're
for sure.
excited, and who knows?
And they're going straight to
more
the
fouls
playoff.
or not? So not necessarily.
I felt like when they were calling fouls last night, they were actually fouls. I only saw one on Harden where I was like, okay, the dude barely fucking touched him off that dribble. Most of them were actually okay, the dude smacked him, that's a foul.
Nice.
So maybe that's part of it. They're just letting them play a little bit more, which is great. That's the only thing the NBA really needs to be the absolute best, is less foul calls. So that might be it.
Yeah, they've got. I mean, they've got a little bit better over the years now. They have the review whatever capabilities that they barely use. The NBA is the only league now that kind of maybe the NHL. I don't know, but they everybody else has adopted this reviewing through the camera. It's just like NFL has always done. MLB does it now, pretty strictly. I feel like.
And I think that was the stupidest thing the MLB could have done. That was like most sports, I think, yeah, get the call
Oh,
right.
yeah.
But baseball, that's like part of the
It's the
game.
worst.
Is the umpires right there, like strikes and balls are like that's part of the game, man. You don't review that kind of shit, man. It's like
Yeah.
let
Yeah,
it
I feel like
roll.
that's like when you start doing that, it really does take away from like just like the whole
It does, even in the
thing of
NFL,
the
man.
whole
Like
thing, the whole like great happy spirit of the sport. You know what I mean?
I think in the NFL, it's like you should only be able to review a play if it's like a major, like if it gave the other team a first down or a touchdown or some shit. It's like
Yeah, if it was
sometimes
like
they
a
call
really
these reviews on like the stupidest shit. And you're like, it takes five. You know, you go into another ad segment.
yeah, but then
for
they
the
would be like,
review.
"Whoa, that's not fair that you're only doing it on those when obviously this."
Like,
There's,
fuck
I feel like
fair.
there's always gonna be a fucking rebuttal on it, but
Yeah, but yeah, the NFL, it really, I don't know. I don't like the reviews there either, man. Like,
yeah, no, it's
And, well,
always been.
basketball can still be good without the fans, but part of football is the beast, like wildness of the sport that goes along with a crowd full of energy. So it's like
Yeah, it'd be so
that's
lame.
not
to
going to
watch
be near as-
tailgating and
Well,
like all
and
that.
it's
Yeah.
such a
Yeah,
physical
and
sport.
they got
that
a
goes-
whole day dedicated to them, man. Sunday.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like it's such a physical sport that like brings out such an animal instinct in the players because you're putting your body at harm that probably the crowd probably excites them, and like I mean it's just so animalistic. The whole
like when you
process.
see a big hit and like everyone's just like, ooh, you know, it's like
Yeah.
that's tight. Yeah, like that's like what they live for, basically.
And I so do you like them pumping in fake fan sound in these NBA games? Is that
No, I wish it was just silent, man.
Me
I just want to
too.
hear squeaking
Or
and shit talking.
maybe some music? But yeah, and they're
Put
doing
that
the
bitch on
baseball
HBO
games.
and let them cuss at each other as much as they want. I mean, I don't know.
Have you watched the secondary angle? Like they have a separate camera. It's
You
crazy.
told me that, and I didn't get it going, but
TV like of the ESPN app or whatever. And so I'll just go to that like the app and like put the game on. And it gives me two options. It says like the broadcast, I get, and then the other one is like this crazy angle.
sideline.
Yeah,
Was
it's
it
like a
good or
sideline.
Was it stupid?
There's no commentary, right? So it's just you're just watching the game. Yeah, no, well, it's a cool angle to watch it from. I mean, you probably don't want to watch the whole game like that. I mean, think about it. It's like playing NBA 2K, right? You can play, I guess, from the sideline for a minute, and then you're kind of like, "Fuck this!" Like, I want to go back to the regular.
Yeah. You can't,
I mean, that's the way I
see
kinda look at
everything
it.
going on. Yeah,
It's just cool to watch it, for a little bit, but you don't want to watch a whole game on it. But it is cool. It's just cool they
Okay.
have that. And they only
Yeah.
that's a bubble thing, I guess. They didn't have that before. I don't think.
No,
they
yeah,
did.
they didn't. They didn't. You couldn't have because there was no room for a camera like
Yeah.
running up and down the sideline right
Well,
there.
this might help them grow their market share compared to the other major American sports because virtual
I
reality.
think NBA
which
is
coming
going
on
to
the
prosper
rise.
through this. They're going to do fine. I think
Yeah.
the way they've done it, I really do. I don't think they're
Virtual
gonna
reality
suck.
coming on the rise with the headsets and stuff. NBA was already planning on to where like you can pay to have the season pass where you can sit and like watch it and like eventually where there's so many cameras in the stadium that you can like look around with the headset like you're actually in the
Yeah.
stadium.
I mean, now
It's-
they have fans sitting digitally in their stands. It's fucking crazy. Did you seen that shit? I mean, it is. I mean, Tua was just talking about it. I'm just saying it's pretty wild. I thought it was crazy that the Astros had the cardboard cutouts that you had to pay for. And then you go on the NBA on the fucking TV, and then these motherfucking people are like,
So you
fucking
had to pay for a cardboard
yeah.
cutout?
So the Astros, you pay $100 and you get a cardboard cutout of you, like put
Oh
on
my
a
God.
fucking Minute Maid, right? So in NBA, like that same fucking night, you got people like literally just digitally on the fucking screen. Like I was like,
Oh, Jack Nicholson isn't missing out at all.
Oh my God, that's amazing. It's like,
I mean, I don't know
Oh,
if they're
man.
charging for that. I don't know how it works. Like I just,
I bet
thought
you
that
just
was
get on
hilarious.
NBA, whatever. Do you know what was so funny is that what's that dude's name? Mark Jackson, the commentator who was the coach for the.
Yeah.
He was like, at the end, he said something. Not one of the other announcers like joined in with him. They just left him in silence for like 5 seconds, and I loved it because he was just trying to be too much of a company man. He goes, and I'll tell you what, these Rockets fans really showed up tonight for this. And I was sitting like,
Oh, come on,
Van
Mark.
Gundy and the other guy were just like, I'm sure they were just staring at him. Like they didn't say shit for
Yeah, they didn't
like
even
5
comment.
seconds, bro. It was awesome. I was just like, yeah, dude, no, don't give him any credit on that shit. Like, fuck that dude.
Van
like-
Gundy's the man too.
And he goes, I swear,
Alright.
that's exactly. He goes, yeah, these Rockets fans, don't forget they really showed up for this Rockets team tonight too, man.
Oh
Like,
gosh.
it was just like, Mark, man, you just like trying to be too good of a guy, you know.
Is it so? Like, yeah, if your home team, it shows like your symbol all around the background. That gives you the home court advantage.
Yeah, man. What an
It's
advantage.
so weird though, even having home court advantage. I know they paint like or they put your logo on the floor and shit, but like I was just watching it. I was like, how does it even feel like a home court advantage? I don't know, you know. And they're supposed. I think they're playing like 4 games at a time in that bubble. By the way, like just across the other side, there's another NBA game going on, like on the other side of that wall.
Oh,
It's
damn.
kind of yeah, it's kind of. And after every game, they come in and sanitize that whole fucking room down before anybody goes in there. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's a lot of Lysol.
Logistics. I mean, the logistics
It's a
are
ton of
insane.
fucking Lysol, dude. It's like holy shit. Like I don't know.
Well,
Thought we were
what
running
are they
out of
doing
it.
about women? They're supposed to jerk off the whole time. They bring sex workers in. Baby mama gets conjugals through a bubble.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good question, man.
And maybe that's what LeBron's using too. He's building up his seamings. He's getting older.
Maybe that's
too.
why they're scoring so much.
Yeah, I mean, there's no partying, there's no smoking weed, and like, where do you get your weed hookup from? You just had to bring a whole QP.
It's like
in
a
your bag?
fighter. It's like a boxer. Like they don't have sex for like a week before.
And how
their
much
fight.
land are they actually locked down? And how many acres? Is it?
I don't
Sorry, I'm
know.
digressing. I'm digressing, but yeah, it's like you had to bring like a QP of weed, like a bunch of porno. Like, how are you going to get by like for the set amount of time you're
They
locked
gotta
up?
stay there like what the entire time they play. Can they leave?
Dude, imagine
No.
if you
They
were
cannot
worked
leave
at-
that fucking bubble.
If they leave, they have to quarantine, so they wouldn't be able to play. Like if they're in the
They're
playoffs, yeah.
Yeah, and that's why the NBA is, I think, going to be the most successful. I mean, look what they're doing. Like MLB ain't doing that shit. Like you
That's what I'm
have-
saying. The logistics are crazy. But that's what no one's talking about. We need to get an article about that. What are they doing for the nut release? Like, does Disney like put some hose, or not Disney? Does the NBA like put some hose on lockdown for 2 weeks to make sure they're clean? Then let some like.
I heard they got them all extra large fleshlights.
And aren't these guys used to getting laid? All
I was
the
kind of
time?
like waiting on what you were really going to say. Like I thought you had something like relevant in a sense. And
Oh, that was relevant.
well, I know that's why I said in a sense. That's why I said in a sense. And then you said that. And I was just
Yeah, but I'm being
Got
serious
him.
though. I thought these guys were used to getting laid all the time when they travel. Like it was part of their lifestyle, like and smoking weed at night and stuff too. Like, don't they smoke a lot of weed when they're not practicing?
I bet you there's like 2 employees in this bubble that are selling these players weed for like top dollar and just getting paid out the ass, bro.
And so, do they actually get to walk around like they're near Disney? Because that would be kind of cool if at night you go smoke a joint and they can just
They're
walk
in
around.
Disney.
So they part of the property they just like go, but they're not in the cool parts of the property. They're locked off to most of it.
I don't know.
Disney probably owns fucking a lot of land. I would imagine they probably own a lot of the surrounding land over there. I would imagine.
They're probably in some area where Jeffrey Epstein used to like, hang out for like, on special occasions.
And so, man,
Yeah, that whole documentary, I watched that shit on that.
That's why they take your picture on the roller coaster. You like it's not so you can see yourself with your hands in the air screaming. It's so he could pick you
Find
out of the
pedophiles?
crowd. And you'd be like,
what old guy is there without his own kids, huh? At Disneyland, peeping, and he's like looking. He's like instead of looking up, screaming, he's like looking down at the kid in front of him.
He goes, give me A7, B2, D6. Ooh, his mom said they were going to go to Epcot while they got to ride rides. So,
So what team y'all got to win the whole damn NBA?
Man, it's so hard to say, bro. It is like
Lakers
I don't know.
and Clippers.
They're gonna have to put an asterisk by that. They're gonna put an asterisk by this year. Any record or anything that's set, they can't be counted.
I'm going Clippers, Rockets. One of them.
I'm going
For the West. So what about the
West will win. Well, yeah, I mean it's got to be Giannis, but the West is going to win.
Well, if the
But-
scoring
but-
continues to be super high, then I'd say that actually hurts the Lakers. But I think Lakers or Clippers.
The Lakers have the best team, but for 7 series, do they? It's all LeBron and AD. So like when it has to be all on them every night, can they keep up the stamina that long?
I thought they just picked up. Didn't they just pick up another player or something crazy like Dion
yeah,
Waiters
like
or some shit?
well, I guess they got fucking. They don't really have too many, too impressive. But it's like you have what's his name? Not fucking Towns.
I thought they just picked up Dion Waiters. He's a pretty good player.
We'll see.
There's like Kuzma. Well, he's all right.
Kuzma. He had a cool name.
Dude, I don't know why I'm biting my tongue right now. I can't.
They got
I can't
Kuzma. They got.
So you going with Lakers, Taylor? That's what you're saying? You're on Lakers?
No. I mean, I thought I knew more than I did, I guess. No, I mean, I'm a Rockets fan for sure. I mean, y'all think the Rockets even have a chance?
Yeah, I mean, they were
they got a
underperforming all season, but this layout could actually
Harden's
work better
been
for them.
fucking. Harden was killing.
And
it,
Harden's
dude.
thing
God,
is
he's like hitting every shot. It ball's in his hand. He shoots it. It was like going. It went in every.
He's in the best shape he's ever been in his life. Apparently, he's a true nerd. Like he doesn't watch TV or keep up with any celebrities or political situation. He just is in the gym every day, just working out hard, like just gymming.
Yeah.
It doesn't surprise me. I mean,
He don't fuck around on the social media. He doesn't watch the news. He doesn't do any of that bullshit. He just basketball, and so that's good.
I mean, the Lakers were already looking pretty prime. Now they got Dion Waiters. I think you're right, though. If they keep doing 7-game series, yeah, who knows? I don't know, man.
Because,
it is really hard to really judge it because everything's different. And with all these high-scoring games coming up after 4 months of being absent, I mean, I don't know. It's like it's kind of hard to put a finger on that one.
Yeah, I mean,
you just don't know.
And obviously we're discounting
uncharted water.
Milwaukee definitely has a chance too,
but do they really have a chance?
I mean, they kind of do, dude.
I mean, they're pretty fucking good. They're pretty fucking good.
Giannis
they're pretty top notch. He's insane.
Yeah,
he just he really, dude. He almost just can't be stopped. I mean, if he has the ball.
But dude takes like 2 steps from the 3-pointer to fucking dunk. It's like it's crazy.
He's just so big. He's so agile. He's so agile too for a big man.
They're evolving.
You know, he's just able.
Humans are still evolving because LeBron was like the dopest body I'd ever seen in sports, and like you think in basketball, maybe Jordan before him had the most like athletic mixed with strength, like height, but not being awkward. A lot of people when they get too tall, they're more clumsy. You know, so it's like ninja mixed with height. But yeah, Giannis is even taller than LeBron, and he can still move agile too.
Yeah, and even bigger.
It's crazy.
There's never been a guy as tall as him as agile. I might argue that's been famous in basketball that we.
No, I don't even think it's been even really
possible.
That close.
It's even possible, yeah.
Yeah, the closest thing was Shaq.
He's had a brother player.
Shaq in his prime was probably the closest. But
when he was young, he wasn't fat. Shaq, when he was in the Magic,
but he still didn't quite have that type of.
He's a beast.
He still never had that type of speed. But yeah, Shaq was a beast when he played for Orlando.
What was doesn't Antetokounmpo have a brother that plays in the NBA too? Isn't he on the Lakers? Or no?
No.
What's
I think you're right. I think you are right.
I think he is. I forget his name, but I know he's got a brother. He's nowhere near the level of his brother. He's not.
Two brothers make it to the NBA. I mean, that's fucking crazy.
No, I mean, that's. I'm not saying he's a bad basketball player, but I mean, you want to put them next to each other.
I mean, these players make so much money now in the NBA. Pretty much, you could be the lowest level player in the NBA for 10 seasons. And still, as long as you're not a retard with your money, your kids can be literally wealthy. Literally, wouldn't that? I mean, it's just crazy the amount of money.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Once you have $150 million, as long as you don't blow it, your kids can literally be earning. You can be earning 8% interest on $150 million. You know, then you're.
Yeah, I mean, you let your money make the money.
They have one. I mean, they have the best job. I mean, fuck baseball. That game sucks. And then
you have to work way harder. Baseball,
you get your ass whooped all the time. Basketball,
NBA
pretty
is the
soft
best.
on your body. You're not gonna leave the
your
NBA
knees,
and not be able to walk.
No, but your knees are always gonna be fucked though. Always.
Yeah, but that's any sport.
Yeah, it's true, especially football.
But
I mean, that's usually the first thing to go out on anybody's knees. You use so much,
Yeah, but you don't blow out your ACL and shit like that.
Yeah, well, you can.
Well, you can, but it's pretty fucking rare.
I guess you can blow your ACL doing just about.
No, but you're absolutely right. It's the best sport. If it's the best gig, if you can get it.
Yeah.
Or being a pro tennis player. Being a pro tennis player, but only white people play tennis growing up. So, imagine if black kids grew up practicing tennis instead of thinking NBA was the sport.
Well, it's called Serena and Venus Williams. I mean, they
Yes. I'm saying as a whole. I'm just saying, imagine if that's what they thought was aspired to do, because that's the cool thing about tennis. It's just as accessible to poor people almost as basketball, whereas sports like football,
there's
you need
tennis courts everywhere.
you can't organize. Yeah, they're in every neighborhood. All you need is a cheap racket and balls. So once you have that, you can play with any friend. Like other sports, you need to organize a whole group of people. You need to have equipment. You need to have all this riffraff. So like basketball is a poor person sport. Soccer is a poor person sport. And tennis seems it is a rich person sport, but in theory, it could actually be played by poor people too. So we need to actually start getting tennis into like more poor communities. Because imagine if black people, like I said, grew up having these tennis, someone to teach them tennis, they could get scholarships into colleges easy on tennis.
Yeah, it's very true.
Yeah.
Very
Like that's
true.
when I have kids, I'm gonna make them, not make them, but I want them to play all sports. But I'm gonna tell them, like, ideally, like unless you're just some super freak like LeBron or Giannis, like I'm gonna tell them master at tennis in high school or golf, and you'll probably get a scholarship into college, and then I don't have to pay for your ass.
Yeah, that's true.
Then you can go anywhere.
That's very true.
No, those are the two best sports. Make really
Good
good
point.
grades and play either golf or especially if you're a woman. If you're a hot chick, well, not hot, has nothing to do with it. If you're a chick and you play golf, boom, and you're smart, college scholarship, baby.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, you're right. I can agree with that. I can. I was thinking, I was like, no, you're right. I mean, it is true.
And probably a rich husband and all kind of other shit. There are all kinds of perks.
Yeah,
no,
no,
you think about it
perks.
logically, you are correct.
And that's why there really should be a nonprofit. Like, people do stuff. Like, one thing is like people give free yoga lessons or teacher lessons to people in Africa, because once you learn something like that, it can empower you to do all kind of other stuff with your life, or you can start teaching to make money. But anyways, there should be like a nonprofit. And they have nonprofits that will give like bikes to kids in the hood. There should be a nonprofit, like someone who's like a tennis pro or something, that goes and gives free tennis rackets to kids in the hood, teaches them how to play tennis. Because like I said, once they have the racket, man, you can go play for free at any time. It's a fun game too. Like, you think of it as a pussy game because it's not cool like football or basketball.
I like watching top level tennis.
But no, you do like football and basketball. Those are the cool sports growing up. Those are what you play. But honestly, I grew up with that mentality too. But playing tennis is as fun as any of them, man. It's like a chess battle.
I never got into tennis. I don't really know much.
Ping
about
pong?
It.
You don't like ping pong?
Okay. Well, I mean, ping pong. Yeah.
You don't like ping pong?
I didn't get it.
Basically, you would like tennis if you were good enough and athletic enough, if you practiced enough. So yeah, it's basically like ping pong, but you're using your body energy, like your whole body energy.
No, okay. Not hating on tennis. I guess I don't know enough about it to hate.
I haven't put enough time in. Yeah, you're not.
If you watch a really good tennis match, it's pretty dope, actually.
Oh, and
no, I mean, I've seen them. I just didn't,
The women, man, it's awesome. I would want to fuck if I could marry. Like, I don't really care about status or anything like that. It's not why I'd marry. But if I just went on status alone, you're telling me like, oh, doctor, lawyer, celebrity. You go, no. I would marry like a fine ass tennis player, professional tennis player, because I bet they can all fuck. Not only are they really in good shape, but you hear them when they hit the ball, they yeah.
I like fuzzy balls.
Yeah, now you can hear
that. yes. See, guys, learn from this guy.
They're gripping that shaft, and they're just
Learn from this guy, Twoke. When someone's talking, man, don't be. Just go along with what people say and have a good time. It makes things go better, Don't add on to shit, Unless someone's being a fool, don't break them down. But if they're being a fool, don't hesitate to break them down. Break them down immediately. But if fools are having a good time, just add on to their shit. Roll with it.
Roll with it, baby.
Momentum leads to momentum.
Man, it's like this year. I started this year off. It's so crazy. Like, I'm like, oh yeah, this is our fucking decade. Yeah. 2 months later, like fucking COVID hits, right? And it's like, this fucking year is so fucking crazy.
I kind of loved it,
I don't know what to call it. No. I mean, it didn't. Yeah, I mean, some shit sucked. Some shit was cool. I don't know, but like, it didn't really affect me too much, I would say. But it's just. Dude, it's a whole new world we live in, bro. It's just crazy. Like, you don't go out anymore. I mean, like, it's it's just weird.
I went from pre-COVID, not knowing what my safety net was to feeling like I'm going to come out of COVID never having to worry about anything ever again. Not that I worried before, but
I felt the same way. I felt the relief. I was like, damn, I don't need to be around people all the fucking time. And not that I already kind of chilled out on that for a while, a year or so, but I'm just saying, like, when you're home alone, like, for a month, nobody around.
Well, the problem is if you're
It's a little crazy. You get a little crazy. Like
you
know,
got to try
don't
not to
see it.
look at porn too much if you're home alone and you got to in the modern
Dude,
era.
I was home alone for a month, bro.
It can be dangerous.
Nobody.
It can be dangerous.
Yeah. It's like 30 days. Like just no going into the office. Just stay at home. Like you're just by yourself. It's fucking weird. It was weird, man. It was cool, but it was weird. I don't know how to explain it other than that. Yeah, I mean, I guess. I don't know. What about you, Larry? Did you have some company come visit you during that?
My life hasn't really changed much since I live an alternative lifestyle. But like I said, there's only two types of people, man, in this world. People who come out of COVID broken and people who come out on top. And so that's really all it is, man. Like, and so which group are you going to be in? I mean, that's what you got to be thinking with every thought. If you're bitching or whatever, because there really are only two types of people. Some people are going to come out of COVID more broke, less confident about connection, less confident about being close to strangers, less confident about blah, blah, blah. Or some people are going to come out more baller than ever because they'll use all this. Basically, all this up and down is a great opportunity for anybody who, wants to,
Step in.
Yeah. There's going to be a whole new breed of wealth 10 years from now. Like the old people are dying. Not only the old people dying out.
The big shift of wealth is happening.
Yeah, exactly.
Like right now in front of our eyes.
Yeah, the old people will not only be dying out, like all these old baby boomers, but also, like this COVID is creating a lot of ups and downs. So as you know, when there's ups and downs, new wealth is made overnight.
Yeah. And I think, you said it, I think, to me on the phone, I guess maybe like last week or some shit. But you were the one, you're like, yeah, there's a big shift in wealth happening.
I mean, like I said, me personally, I've never had extra cash because I've always lived basically just at my wealth line. So like I never really wanted to work harder. I was just using my expenses. But yeah, just living a simple lifestyle in COVID already started me getting the whole mad saving cash thing. That's what started it up. And it kind of just started the mind frame of just invest. And it's just such a good time to speculate right now. And so
I didn't want to spend any money.
So not eating out is like the first thing to simplify me. And you can really tell a lot about somebody how they eat. And so just eating more humbly, kind of maybe more simple, more in character a little bit. Not, I have a lot more way to go. But what I'm saying is just, I was overeating out all the time, spending my biggest expense on food. So just simplifying what I eat and being a little bit more.
Oh, you did the math. It was your biggest expense.
Oh, for sure, man. Even when I was brokest, dude, I've never actually sacrificed my life. So I was broke for years. Like, I'm talking like flat broke where you're worrying about money all the time, but I still never sacrificed what I ate. And so even at my brokest, dude, I would spend $70 on food a day, $60 on food a day, man. And so I've been cutting back a lot. I would say now with COVID, it's probably on average about like 20 a day. Like I get it down really nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what I spend on food today. Mine's probably around that.
15. I would say 15 would be good if you can do that. Like you can eat out one meal a day, simple meals, spend 15 to 20 on that one meal. Then you can eat at home for like $4 the other two meals. That's
basically what I do anyway. I mean, now that I think about it, that sounds about right.
So $30 a day would be what someone does who eats out once a day, probably like $20 to $30 a day.
Yeah. I don't know what I spend. It's got to be something in that range.
But I was eating out 4 times a day in my mid to late 20s and 3 times a day in my early 30s. So
going to a buffet with you guys.
I've cut back.
Going to a buffet with you guys was like a fucking death sentence.
Yeah, well, I don't recommend buffets, man. I don't fuck with buffets unless you're in a casino or in
well, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah. Every time we went to the fucking casinos over in Lake Charles, man, we go down there and we go to that buffet, right? And like y'all would just pile so much food on your plate, like to get the itis. You'd be in a coma.
That was my goal.
Try and do it. I'd be so miserable. I'm like, how do y'all even function?
I was sick, man. I still do it a lot these days. I call it being like the bad Brett. There's good Brett and there's bad Brett. And one of the ways bad Brett does, he loves to overeat until I almost feel like I'm high. Like I ate so much. What happens is my body digesting because I ate so fast that I almost feel like I'm on syrup or something. Like I kind of slow down for 30 minutes afterwards where it's like my skin even feels tight. Like I don't like doing as much anymore lately, like something bad Brett, but I used to do it almost every night of my life in my mid-20s. I wasn't really satisfied until I ate so much till my skin felt tight. And it's like I don't feel so alone anymore in this world. I don't feel so lonely because my stomach is so full. I don't even have the capacity to feel lonely anymore because my stomach is overflowing with food, like that whole thing.
That void has been filled.
Exactly. It's like my energy is so tired right now. How could I even be lonely? I just want to go take a nap.
That's fucking great. No, it's true though, man. You guys, too woke too, man. That motherfucker. Y'all we'd go to that casino and that buffet would be the death of me, bro. Y'all would just coast through it like it was nothing. Part of the reason I don't even like eat big lunches anymore.
Well, that's why you've never gotten fat, man. That's really remarkable. I know you surf and stuff too, but what's up, Two Oak?
Nice.
Did he disappear?
Yeah, my
Have you
AirPods
been here the whole
died.
time? I had a feeling, man. I was like, I knew you had those AirPods in. I was like, they're gonna last for so long.
Well, Two Oak doesn't do that anymore either. He was saying how back in the day it used to be how used to like to overeat, like or actually like to do that. Like it's like we would just go and order excessively.
Oh yeah, Two Oak did it too, man.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Whataburger, get that barbecue chicken tender fucking thing.
We
and,
were
like,
Two Oak was the only guy
like,
who was
two
like
of them.
me,
I'm like, holy shit.
which is interesting because neither one of us are actually fat, but he's the only person who ever eat like me. Like we would go to restaurants, and I see him do it many times too. We'd order both entrees because instead of wanting to choose between chicken and beef, we're like, no, we want to have both flavors in our mouths. We don't want to sacrifice. Like literally, me and him have done that move countless times. Where you just order everything on the menu. And one time we went to Chinatown, and his wife was embarrassed because there was just three of us. We ordered so much food, they had to move us to a table for six. And Emily was embarrassed. And me and her like, no, it's not embarrassing. It's actually cool. Like everyone's giving us respect right now. Like it's not. Nothing embarrassed of all the patrons are thinking, man, these people are baller with all this food. Like something.
I used to love going to like dinners. Like sometimes I I don't know. Sometimes I go with Charlie and shit. And like when he didn't even go out like ever, but when he did, like to a dinner, I ended up going. It was like everybody there was throwing hundreds. We're like going to Nobu or some shit like that.
Whoa!
Just plate after plate after plate after fucking plate. It was like just super expensive. I don't even know how much the bill cost on that. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, but those are always tight because you just have so much food in front of you. But it's all so good.
Sushi's weird, man. It fills you up, but you're
lighter.
never. It's so weird, but you get full, but you're never really full. Like 5 hours later, like if you eat a big steakhouse or go like somewhere else in Ball, you're gonna be full till like the next morning. You're gonna wake up feeling.
Yeah,
Sushi's weird.
I've been to like. I wouldn't call them steakhouses, but like just real fancy, like high end, like kind of like American
super bougie
sort of thing. But it's not like a steakhouse, but even still, like super expensive, really nice, like top of the line shit. And like they would we'd order like it'd be a decent amount of us, like I don't know, 6, 7 of us, and we'd order a bunch of appetizers, like, get like the fried duck wings, or I'm just throwing random names of shit out, but it's like a crafty restaurant like that. You know what I mean? Like, but it was like, like a fusion restaurant. No, I'm speaking like across the board though. I'm not saying just a specific restaurant. I'm just saying that type of restaurant. But either way, though, I mean, I remember being able to, at least as long as we were sharing everything, like I would just eat enough, like pick at it enough to where and not overdo it because you're sharing it with everybody. I don't know. I feel like that I could have the tendency to do what you were like, do that. Like when you start eating it, like that flavor, I feel it, dude. I feel like when I was a kid, I used to do that shit a lot, actually.
Well, it's weird. I was a finicky eater as a kid, and I didn't have much of a voice, but I found my voice as an adult. If anything, I might over talk, but now I'm also prone to overeating as an adult, which is odd because I was not under eating and under talking as a kid.
Well, maybe that's why you overate.
Well, no, there's a lot to it. I don't want to get into it because we've already been talking about it. Yeah, your voice is tied. Your voice is tied to your spirit and where your spirit's at too, and also the way you eat and stuff is directly tied. But I don't need to get into all the chakras and all that.
Hey, one last statistic here, man.
Here we go.
Three Antetokounmpo brothers are in the NBA.
Whoa!
3 of them? There's another one?
Yeah, Thanasis, Costas, and Giannis.
Dude, I said this years ago.
Wait, so that's the Bucks, the Lakers, and what's the other dude?
The other one signed to the Bucks as well.
Wow,
really?
2 brothers on a team, they'll play better.
I don't think that he plays yet. So like, I think
he's
developmental league.
No, but he will. He's actually a pretty big dude. He looks bigger than the one that plays for the Lakers, so I think
I'm going back to my original plan. I'm going to breed selectively. Fuck love. I said that when I was like 19, 20, and then I got away from it. I'm going to find a fine black woman with good genes. And our kid, man, I'll do all his math homework. I'll tell him, no, you don't have time to do that, man. You just study your hand-eye coordination, real life skills, man. Don't be studying this bullshit. I'll do this for you.
So you're gonna do his homework and just let him do what?
Well, no, I'm gonna make him learn lots of stuff like real life skills. That way, he doesn't need to Yeah, hand-eye coordination.
He's basically going to tell his son it's only sports, drugs, and entertainment that he just
Welcome to 2020, son. 2019.
Well, I mean,
I don't know.
what did LeBron say when he had to go to the bubble? He said he felt like he was going to do a bid when he said bye to his kids. And it's like, I get what you're saying, LeBron, but that's very insensitive, man. Listen to rap music all day, talking about.
Yeah, he shouldn't have
You're
said
going
that.
to stay in a hotel where they're going to feed you anything you want all day, and you're going to get paid $1 million like every couple of days. Like, that's not really doing a bid. That's like getting people take jobs to go work in Australia or Alaska for 6 months away from their family, and they make way less than that.
Yeah, I know. He should have said it like that, I don't think.
Like some scientists go work in Antarctica for like a year where they have to be isolated away from everybody, and like they don't even get paid but a couple $100,000.
yeah.
And so that's the problem is, like you said, it's all just the culture's too much to where even fools who've made it want to be dirty now too because they listen to all the music, and it's just all crossed. You don't know who's who and what's what.
Well, humans will get used to anything quick, so.
Yeah, it's true.
We will adjust. We will.
Yeah, but man, too bad the hug business took a fall, man. That was a good business to get into just a year ago.
The what
Selling
business?
hugs, like slinging hugs.
Like hugs, like wrap your arms around somebody.
Yeah, like it's real big in Japan. Like you can
I've
go
seen
pay
people
more to
do
go
that,
lay. You can go lay with a woman for 30 minutes just to recharge.
That is crazy.
It's odd.
It's understandable though. I mean, you get your energy from.
Yeah, other people because we're basically walking energy anyway.
Yeah, so I mean, I get it.
It's because that economy sucks so bad. Nobody's making that paper, man. Then nobody wants to fuck. They're just like,
yeah.
Everybody's depressed.
yeah.
Sex drive isn't there anymore. I mean, fuck, dude. Yeah, I can understand that.
Yeah.
And during quarantine, I didn't have anybody visit me. I'm not gonna lie. I just basically stayed to myself. Yeah, that was like a 30-day weird period. And even after, I'm not gonna lie, like even when I did like, kind of somebody after the fact, even in the back of my head, I was like, it's like, how do you, I don't know what to believe these days. It's like, obviously you can get it through fucking.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's kind of like, I don't know. You just
who do you fuck now? Who do you? Yeah, I asked my boy Ralph this in our podcast. But what scares you more, the thought of getting COVID or an STD? And so it's like, yeah, COVID's way more contagious. So if you sleep with a girl who has COVID, you probably get it for sure. But if you sleep with an STD, like you probably will get it, but not necessarily. But I would still rather have COVID than an STD.
Wow. Yeah, I don't want to. I mean, I don't want to get HIV or any of that.
That would be the worst of all. I mean, that's the beast. I would never go there.
Oh well, I mean, it's a deadly virus / disease, whatever. I mean, so is COVID.
Well, I guess what I'm saying is it's kind of ridiculous because, like, theoretically, COVID would be worse for me than like a starter STD. But I think I'd rather get COVID than STD just because I guess I don't know, maybe the stigma or just because sex is so important. It's like I don't want to.
Oh, yeah, because they'll fuck you if you have COVID, but not if you have HIV, huh?
Well, no. What I'm saying is COVID could kill me. I'm not talking about HIV. You're talking about HIV. I'm saying like a starter.
I know. I was kidding.
Like something like chlamydia or herpes. Like in theory, wouldn't COVID actually be worse? But what I'm saying is sex has always been dangerous.
Oh, yeah.
But it's like I would rather get COVID than an STD, though, even though COVID could actually potentially kill me.
Well, I mean, dude. Just
hands down.
Not to go too deep into this, but I'm saying HIV and fucking COVID-19 are in the same. Like they're both. I believe HIV might be a coronavirus. I think it is. I think it's derived. I think it's like
so.
They did when I watched this thing where I was telling you about that chart, the X and Y axis. It says a linear chart, right? So what it's called. They did a comparison on a lot of things, and HIV was one of them, and they thought it was basically the best one to compare it to because HIV is like super, super deadly. But we found medicine.
You're right. HIV is a coronavirus. Dan.
I think it is. I think it's a fucking coronavirus. I mean, that's what they were saying. There's so many coronaviruses out there. Like
so, it was made by someone's government or somebody in a lab.
Yeah, basically that's what that means. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know all that.
Yeah.
I think I've heard that
there's like hundreds or thousands of coronaviruses. I mean, COVID-19 stands for coronavirus disease - 2019. believe that's what it means.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's just one of fucking thousands of other strands. That's why they're worried
it's
about things mutating.
Supposedly, I've seen billboards. Supposedly, they have a shot that like gay people or druggies take, and supposedly you can sleep with someone who has AIDS and not get it. Y'all know about that?
Well, they've got it's a pill that they take.
Oh, a pill. Okay.
Yeah,
they got these weird ads for it.
That's scary shit.
HIV or AIDS is so. AIDS doesn't kill you. It just weakens your immune system to the point where you're so susceptible that basically any you're vulnerable to any disease. Like
like Steve Jobs.
Did he have HIV?
Yeah, that's what's come out. That's what I
didn't know that.
There's
HIV
some information.
Can't kill you.
Well,
okay. I mean, it's a rumor that most people think is fake. But you look at him when he died, too. He died from the pancreatic cancer, but it's like way more common to get that when you have the AIDS.
Okay. I didn't know. Haven't looked into that.
Well, apparently, so he was gay then, apparently, Jobs.
Yeah, he did all kinds of jobs.
That's why he took the bite out of the apple, because, like, secret liaisons or something. So he, like, left the apple, had to. in my bad. I'll stop.
Oh,
see, one bite to freshen up my breath. I don't know.
Yeah, man, we could go on.
Oh, never mind. They're lentivirus, a subgroup of retrovirus.
Okay,
what?
good. So
HIV?
coronavirus wasn't made.
Yeah.
So HIV's not.
But I did hear what you're talking about. Like they had some similarity, like in their
it's
coding.
It's like the way that it. Like they were saying, like, look, if we didn't have this medicine for HIV would be like scaled way up in this chart, but we've basically been able to maintain it. And they talk about smallpox and all these things. They were like, look, this has R naught of this, but the thing is if it's this deadly, the host don't survive. It can't spread. It's super deadly, but it won't get very far. But when you have that perfect mixture, is what they were trying to say is like this is kind of like that perfect mixture. Now it could be deadlier and be even more of a fucked up thing, but I think our Earth's population is still soaring way above what many we're losing a day.
Oh yeah,
I mean I think we're gaining like every second 10 people are on the planet.
But from what I've actually heard, if we keep up at the rate we've been up actually just lately, it will eventually like flatten out, because now it's like people.
Yeah, it can only get to a certain point. I saw
a bunch of people. A bunch of people are going to have to die like in the next 10, 20 years, like all these old baby boomers like all around the world.
Well, on TikTok they call the coronavirus the boomer remover.
Because I think Americans are only producing like
no
one
wonder
child.
Trump wants that shit out, bro.
I think Americans are only producing like one child per like grown American, like fully grown adult American woman now, and so it's like lower than it's ever been. So at those stats, eventually our population won't keep going higher.
Yeah, I saw something.
Because a lot of women aren't getting married, because women used to get married like right around 20. A lot of women are 30 and still not even married yet, and so it's
like they were saying like once the world hits like it's like you get a chart like a curve, like the curve only goes up to a certain point and eventually flattens out and then drops back down. And that's what they were saying. Like they were using that, and it kind of made sense. I was trying to understand it fully, because I mean, with the way the population is growing, it seems like there's no stopping. But we will run out of food eventually.
And that's if you do develop a resistance to the virus after getting it one time, which we don't actually know if that's the case.
You don't though.
Well, they don't know. We don't know.
You do like the common cold. You do, but it's only for like a short period of time. Like you don't, like you can get the cold. Like if you get a cold, you're probably not going to get the common cold like a month later. But even if you're exposed to it, but like, a year and a half down the line, you can probably get it again easy.
Well, that's the thing. The second wave, even though we're not really in between waves because it didn't stop, but people who are ravaged and barely survived Corona the first time, if they get it a year later, their body might not be as stout as it was, because some people barely survive, so it really takes.
Well, they claim that there were people who got it multiple times, and like it was way worse.
Or it was worse the second time.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. Yeah, you know what? There's too many fucking stories floating around now. It's like, how do you know what's fucking real and what's not?
Well, exactly. And they'll be like, Larry sent me an article of like a healthy kid dies of corona, and it was like the fattest kid you've ever seen, man. And it was like, all they could say about him was he loved playing video games. Like,
And watching
the only
TV.
thing healthy about him was his thumbs.
Yeah.
Um,
He was only
Oh.
like 16, but he was so fat, like it was fat coming out of like even the
How
top of his
fat was
skull.
Oh my god.
And so it's like that kid's not healthy. Like he would have been dead even without Corona. He would have been dead by 30. Like you know, no, like diabetes, like not even pre-diabetes. He probably had diabetes already, like heart problems. Like,
Jesus.
well, his point was, it's like the article says one thing, but it's like, dude, if you hadn't seen the picture, we would have just thought, oh, like it's supposed to frighten you, like, oh, perfectly healthy 16-year-old dies of Corona. No,
Yeah.
no one would consider that kid perfectly healthy. Like literally, no one should.
now,
And I'm tired of giving fat people a pass, dude, because I have my problems too. I'm not perfect, and so like I smoke way too much weed, and so like a drug addict, if they do enough drugs to where you can see it written on their body, that means a problem. So everybody drinks alcohol, everybody might do cocaine or whatever, but if you're doing enough cocaine to where like you're walking out in public and your nose is falling apart, like it's different than if you're doing it like once in a blue when you party.
It's more than
Or if you're
yeah.
smoking enough weed to where you can't shave ever, and your teeth are all fucked up, and you don't like you smell like and you don't take care of yourself, like then it's like, so then it's obvious that people can diss you for it. But if you're keeping yourself in check to where no one knows about your bad habits, they're like, oh, he has his shit together, he takes care of his family. Like, so if you're eating that much food to where your body is showing, where you have like fat in your forearms, then it's like, yeah, dude, that's a drug problem. That's a real problem. Like, so I hate it how now we feel like we can't tell people like, dude, you shouldn't eat like that. Like, but it's just as bad as any drug problem: alcohol, weed, you know, any of
if
those.
you're banned from 5 local buffets, like, yeah, you got
Really? Is that what was the deal was over there?
No,
5?
no,
Okay. Well, I mean, man, you know what? That wouldn't fucking shock me, bro. You can hear about everything. I'm gonna fucking say that I'm getting a little spent. I'm tired.
yeah, man. Let's
We've been
call it.
running. We've been running for a minute. I might have to go back and do a little sectioning stuff out or something. You know, I don't know. I don't know exactly where we're at, but I know the other one was 2 hours, and this is an hour and 16 minutes. So, yeah, we ran this motherfucker for sure. Anyways, I appreciate you guys coming on in a minute. It's funny that I dropped that outtake episode, and the same day I dropped it, we all jumped back on a pod together for the first time. And maybe since then, I don't even know. Is that the last time we all did that shit
I
together?
think so. I think so.
Stiz? That's fucking crazy.
So what happened to Stiz? He used to be on a lot of your casts.
Yeah, well, I haven't really dropped much, you know, this summer. I've been just with everything going on, but you know, I don't know. I mean, I
guess
talked
that
to him earlier.
argument sounded friendly, but that whole Stiz thing was more deep felt than.
Dude, you know what though? That was the most classic shit ever. I mean, that when you have a second, just go back and listen to this.
I mean, he was
episode,
going to
because-
give you the lowercase s, dude. He was giving you concessions because he wanted to be one with you, and then you turned him down. Man, you cut yourself free of him, and so yeah, that shit sunk deep.
It was
It was.
silent.
It was.
The silence.
Well, I kept telling him that we needed to collab. I mean, you can listen to this
I just
episode,
joked.
and it's like I say it like 2 or 3 times. I'm like, dude, it's a collab, like the Tiz and the Stiz, you know. And like, yeah, he kept giving me shit, Taylor, because he kept saying my name. I'm like, dude, don't say my name. Just you gotta listen to it. You'll get a good laugh at it. And I edited it and put it together very smoothly by taking out some stuff.
Nice.
You wouldn't even know, bro.
Word, man. Well, I gotta get to bed. I gotta train.
Yeah, I know. I hear you, man. Well, hey, guys, I appreciate you coming on the show. We got to do it again sometime soon, but good stuff.
All right, man.
Good shit. I know we didn't jump into everything we wanted to talk about. We went on like 10 major tangents, but they were fucking good. They were great. Good stuff. Like, all right, guys. Well, all right, everybody. Well, thanks for listening to the Tiz Talk podcast. I have no idea what episode this is. I don't even know what it's going to be called, but I'll figure it out. So, again, thanks for listening. And 2 Oak, Larry, y'all have a good night. Thanks for joining, and we'll do it again.
Peace out.
Take care.
All right, fellas. Talk later. Have a good night.